Let's see if this works any better. Well, if you're watching this VOD later on YouTube, good news, you don't have to wait for the intro because the first little bit got cut off due to a Twitch issue or whatever, so guess we can just jump right into it. Welcome back, Twitch people, or I should say, welcome me back. Hopefully that's better. I think what happened there was our house is very hot. It's very hot where we are today. It's almost 90, and our central air unit at the place we rent broke earlier in the week, even though it's the hottest week of the year so far. So I think our Wi-Fi router, which is this little tiny thing, it was so hot apparently, so it may have overheated. So yeah, luckily Mr. Blast was fucking awesome. Brought over an AC window unit for the office earlier, so I'm not too bad today in the office. However, my poor wife is downstairs, sweating with multiple fans pointed at her. I love my wife. Alright. Well, we're back, as I was saying. If you weren't here yesterday, I got my ADHD meds for the first time in my life, and I feel like a person, so that's good. My thoughts are clear. It's hard to explain. Hopefully you'll notice a difference. You'll definitely notice a mood difference. But it's like all my thoughts were competing things, and now it's like there's someone in charge, making them all integrated into one human being, as opposed to a bunch of disparate thoughts. If you're neurotypical, what I'm saying probably makes me sound like a crazy person. Correct. Alright, let's get into the sovereign citizens. I know I had a short one. It was like 4 minutes. I like the little, it's like Savsit tapas. Where was it? Cue the song Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. What up in the morning light? That's gotta be like one of the most used songs at like drag shows, right? At this point it's probably become so overdone that it's like a trope, that it's almost like, oh, another person doing this, to the point that maybe it was so overdone that now you could do it ironically because it's so overdone. I don't know anything about the drag scene. Anyway, here's a 4-minute court appearance for a sovereign citizen. I'm the Borg queen of my brain! Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Looks like this is file number 98-0.
Chat disappeared. Have you refreshed?
00033.
I look like Miss Frizzle. Fuck yeah, gay Miss Frizzle.
38
Gay trans Miss Frizzle.
-DM. Looks like we have both parties here. Mr. Rogers, I have to advise you before we get started that you have the right to request a court-appointed attorney. If you make that request, we will postpone today's hearing to give you time to speak.
Oh, the chat's not on screen. That is true. What's going on with that? Why isn't it working? Did it somehow get layered behind the wrong thing? I don't think so. Let me try. Message something. Do things in chat so I can test this. I know you already are. Where'd I get my shirt from? It is a romper. I got it from Torrid. This is from Torrid, I believe. Wow. Okay, the chat box doesn't want to work. Apparently chat's not going to be in this stream. I'll fix it before the next one. But don't worry, YouTube audience. I'll tell you if anyone says anything funny.
Speak with your counsel. And Mr. Rogers, are you requesting?
People on YouTube, who I don't address generally, even though I know there are many of you who watch on YouTube, and I appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Do you, like, read people's chats? Are you familiar with people in chat? Similar to how you're familiar with me parasocially? Like, when you're watching VODs, do you go like, oh, there's one of the other people in chat that's regularly there saying a thing? Is that a part of it for you? I don't watch streams. I don't know what people do.
Court-appointed counsel today.
I appreciate your question.
And chat, today's a good day to say whatever you want about the YouTube audience because they can't see you, so if you want to shit talk them, whatever. Gitara, thanks for 17 months, says Happy Pride Month, everyone.
But I'm not interested.
All right, then. Ms. Mullen, if you would please call the case.
Thank you. This is a matter of Mary Orman, now
Bats Cool 96. Thanks for 3 months.
known as Maciage versus John Rogers. And this is an arrears only case. Since April of 2015, there were 2 children between the parties. The balance currently owed on the account is $25,000.
Your Honor, I object.
We're objecting. This is not the time for that.
All right, Mr. Rogers, what would you like to say in response to today's show cause?
I'm here by special appearance to.
They always think that saying by special appearance gives them some sort of special rights that, like, other people don't have in court. They're wrong. That's not how things work. I do appreciate that he decided, I don't think people are going to know I'm patriotic enough. So here's a little mini flag. I'm going to put it here in my car, in frame, so this judge knows I like America, or at least the version of it that exists in his head.
Object to this court's jurisdiction.
You object to this court's jurisdiction. Overruled. That is a nonsense objection.
I filed 3 sets of paperwork 2 weeks ago. Are you in receipt of them, and are they on the record for the record?
The court will take notice of your filings, Mr. Rogers, and would you like to address any of the points from those objections that you filed at this time?
I'm here as special appearance only, Your Honor, to object
That
to this
doesn't mean
court's
anything.
jurisdiction.
If you thought he didn't have jurisdiction over you, you wouldn't have shown up for your special appearance in order to lodge any sort of complaint or objection. You just would say you don't have any authority. What are you talking about? It'd be like if someone walked up to me on the street and they're not like a cop or anything and they're like, "You're under arrest." No, I don't have to listen to you, and I'd walk away. Do you know how authority works? The fact that you showed up to this hearing implies that you understand the authority that the court holds. You're here. That's it. You lost already.
Unless
And, why does the court not have jurisdiction over you today?
I appreciate your question, Your Honor, but I'm not interested.
Okay, so in court, generally, if you lodge some sort of objection and the judge says, like grounds, or like, hey, can we, like, explain why you're objecting to this? Because they're actually listening to you. This is what happens in actual court, is sometimes they'll be like, objection, and the judge will maybe be, what do you mean? Tell me more. Like, objection based on what? And maybe you'll be able to explain a little bit. Not always. Often they'll just be like, no, sustained, or overruled, because, you know, judges know a lot about the law. Don't know if you know that. But they will ask for clarification if they feel that it is necessary. Generally, if you say objection, and he says, will you clarify? The worst answer you could probably give is, no. Look, confidence is great. Confidence will get you so many places in life. But there are places where it won't. There are places where evidence is necessary, like publishing things in journals, like citing things in academia, court. These things are going to actually require you to have more than confidence. They're going to require you to have the truth and facts on your side. It's just reality. It's a shame for them. Chitara says, sometimes to me it feels like when they say stuff like, I'm appearing by special appearance, and other sobsit phrases, they're invoking words of a magic spell that overrules the authority of the legal system. That's one of the reasons that in writings on sovereign citizens, sometimes it'll be referred to as like a cargo cult mentality. I've talked about this before, but if you're not familiar with the concept of a cargo cult, I'll pull up a YouTube video of some of it so you can understand. Visuals help in this case. Cargo cults are one of the most interesting topics in, like, just in general to me. I did a surprise, in college I took a public speaking class. I don't know if you guys know this, but I took that easy A. It's easy for me. Obviously, you guys know I like to talk, and I don't have a problem, speaking in front of people. Anyway, I did a whole presentation on cargo cults, and they are incredibly interesting. Is there just a short... 4 minutes? Not 11 minutes. How about this one? Also, we'll show this clip to explain cargo cults, because I think while it's sort of off topic, it explains the same mentality that goes into sovereign citizens, and a lot of other, like, weird pseudo things, whether it's pseudoscience, people doing, like, weird political opinions without basis in fact, right? A lot of these people do the same thing that you're going to see here, which is they follow form, not function. They see someone doing something aesthetically that causes something that they want, so instead of understanding the underlying mechanisms of what is really happening, they just parrot the things that they see in a way that they understand them. Meme stocks are a really good example of this, too. Go to Super Stonks or, like, any of the Reddits for, like meme stocks. Very much the same. People playing, like, pretend as if they're stockbrokers when they have no idea about the fundamentals of the market. Neural Alchemist, thanks for 29 months. Ender92 with 36 months. Says, 3 freaking years. It feels so much longer since I've been watching y'all since the TBR days. I don't get to catch stream much because you normally stream earlier than I can watch, but you're always a mood enhancer. Hope you and Baja are doing well. We're doing alright, other than the heat. Okay. Cargo cult video. Oh, the chat came back! That's weird. It works now, I guess. I didn't do that. It just happened. Cool. That's nice when things just kind of work themselves out. Somehow, chat returned.
Imagine that you meet a strange white-faced man who has the most incredible things. He has jeeps, he has petrol lamps, he has simple things like a fountain pen. And you look at a thing like this, and the first thing you say is, this couldn't possibly have been made by man. And if it isn't made by man, then it must come from the gods.
It sort of falls into the same premise as the Arthur... Wait, was this Philip K. Dick or Arthur C. Clarke who said, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic? While not an absolute fact, is a pretty accurate truism, as much as any truism is, about how people tend to think and be able to look at things. We only understand what we are primed to understand to some extent. We always have to contextualize new information within the framework of things we already know. So if something is so beyond our understanding that we can't contextualize it in any rational way, how can you not contextualize it in this sort of way, superficial, without understanding it? Logard says the gods must be crazy. Yes. Similar to that film, yeah. It's only 84 in Michigan right now. 84 is hot. 84 is a hot temperature? What are you talking about? To be clear, if you're like from the south or someplace where it's hot all year, of course you don't think that's hot. I totally get that. But like, your body kind of acclimates, or psychologically at least you acclimate, to living in different conditions. So if half the year it's cold and snowing, then 84 feels a lot hotter to you than it does if it's like in the 80s all year round, or most of the year. I've seen the same thing in reverse when I visited Florida, by the way. People wearing like jackets and coats when it's like 55 out. And I'm like, it is not cold at all. What are you doing? It feels nice. People like what they're used to. Just letting you know.
And in the Pacific and in the island of Tanna, such a cargo cult is going on at this very moment. Nearly all the natives of Tanna believe in this strange man who will come and will bring all the cargo. And they call him John Frum.
I love John Frum as a concept. It's so wonderful. If I did go back to school, maybe anthropology would be a good thing for me to do. I find stuff like this fascinating. That they've created this whole religion around this event. And I gotta imagine at this point, many of them understand the larger context of what happened and what's going on here. You'd think, at least, right? Yet they still do it. It's interesting. Chitara says this cargo cult stuff kind of like the people who shill artificial intelligence. I would need you to expound on what you mean by that. It's just interesting, and I've been thinking about this a lot. I've been able to think a lot more clearly since I started my ADHD meds. So, like, I've been thinking about this the past couple days, and it's interesting how we organize our lives based on these narratives, you know? Like, all humans on an individual and societal level have narratives about everything, about ourselves, about our cultures, you know, our beliefs, ourselves, everything. Everything is like a narrative to one extent or another. And it's interesting what we choose to build these narratives around, because it can be quite arbitrary. In this case, it's not totally arbitrary. This is based upon a time in their history where a very strange thing happened to them, a transformative time of first contact with, you know, an outside society that came and used their land. It's fascinating. Our real-life education and why the Prime Directive is so important? It's true. I just wonder what the world would have been like if humans were different, you know? If we weren't so aggressively tribalistic and instead of taking things from other people, we kind of had a friendlier disposition towards each other where we didn't feel the need for selfish reasons to hurt each other and destroy cultures and stuff. Like, imagine if like Europe had discovered the New World and didn't aggressively colonize the shit out of it and do genocide. I think we're all poorer as a species for having so many societies wiped out and homogenized. Where's this? This is in Tanna. God, was this in like the South Pacific? No, where was this? Where was Tanna? Is Tanna the island? It didn't move. South Pacific. I thought so. Wanted to be sure though.
For a glock out your flag. Every day, the blab and lay, blab and lay.
I'm sorry, you're right. You can't see the subtitles. I will move this so you can. Apologies. Maybe I'll just move the other stuff for now. I should probably move this anyway, because there are often subtitles. It might work better if this was up here. I don't know if it'll be too crowded, though. Maybe I'll shrink it a little bit or something. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Yeah, let's make that smaller. Boop. And then this. There we go. Cool. Someone redeemed a juggle. I'm still gonna have to move this over so you can read the subtitles a little. That should hopefully help. Juggle and a hydrate. You can keep hydrates coming, by the way. It's very hot, and I've been dehydrated. Hydrate and juggle. Sume says, yes, you're very hot, Hannah. My wife tells me that all the time.
Spirit. Every man because I got no him.
Sorry, the subtitles are getting covered by the notifications. I will pause notifications for the moment so it's not. And I will move myself too so I am not in the way. It's a little better, I guess. It's not ideal. There we go. Should be readable now.
Every chief. He talk long babo long me. Spirit.
I'll go back a little bit because I understand that it was covered.
Such a log, but it reflect. Then I you for a log out your flag. Every day, the blabber lie, blabber lie. Mama, you fly got a cool. Sakai, John the Manicum, no? You near ham. Catch ham. Inco Marga. Long 1940, we come long spirit. Every man because I got no him. Every chief, he talk long babo long me. Spirit, long John, Hamilton say plantation long wall. But friend long you mean Mariga, or Prater long you mean. Come Hamilton say,
I always find it interesting. Again, I'm not religious. If you're religious, that's fine. I don't care as long as you're not hurting people. Cool beans. How quickly humans can mythologize things is fascinating. So, from what we understand about, for instance, since I'm in the United States and the most popular religion is Christianity, let's talk about Christianity. So, Jesus, whoever he was, died in the first century, right? Kind of by definition, based on how he, But he died, and then the first accounts of Jesus' life and death didn't really show up, the Gospels as we know them, until 70 years after Jesus' death. What I find interesting is that's a similar amount of time. Actually, maybe pretty close. Between World War II and this? So what we have here is maybe whoever John Frum was, this mythological messiah-like character, this John Frum, maybe he was based on one real guy, maybe it's an amalgamation and sort of anthropomorphization of the concept of the entire US military. Regardless, this is clearly America and the Allies coming to this island and saying, hey, we're using this as a base. Do some stuff for us, maybe we'll give you some of our stuff that's manufactured, etc., etc. And then over decades, in the absence of these people, in the absence of the American military after they left after World War II, it all became this. It became magic, it became spiritual, it became a religion. And it's a very similar amount of time between when Jesus died and when the first biblical accounts of Jesus were written. I'm not making any direct connections. I'm just saying it's interesting how you can chart with things like this. Oh wow, in a very short span of time, human beings through the telephone game with each other and telling mythos completely distort reality into this weird, ethereal, spiritual realm.
Mereka wake up. One day helping me.
First known accounts. They're obviously, you know, people talked about Jesus, I'm sure, and stuff, and we don't know what the first accounts actually were, but the first ones we have, or are aware of. The oral tradition is the important part. That's the part where the telephone game happens. Not that it doesn't happen in writing, of course, but I think it probably happens quicker verbally.
1942, mereka may come through.
The most daring, dastardly attack in all history. The villainous followers of the barbaric Hideyoshi launched their treacherous and surprising attack on Honolulu and Pearl Harbor.
Since the dastardly attack by Japan, a state of war has existed between the United States.
Sorry, Fenekigami. Fenekigami said, the biggest problem we as a species is there is a larger number, though not a majority of us, who pathologically can't handle the world being more complicated than when they were children, and the rest of us are too empathetic to tell those people to shut up and just deal with it. Instead, we treat the position as a valid point of the conversation. While empathy is usually a good thing, sometimes you need to be a little mean for the greater good.
And the Japanese...
I don't think it's just that. I also think a lot of the people who want the world to be simple like when they were children have access to weapons and have the ability to hurt people. You know. It's kind of a fundamental fact of society, is when people are in disagreement, there's an innate kind of conflict going on. There's game theory, you know? I get it. But like telling crazy people they're crazy doesn't make them go, oh, you're right. That thing I've believed my whole life isn't true. They tend to, you know, dig down deeper into those beliefs.
Empire.
The first Allied thrust came in the summer of 1942 against the Japanese.
I find World War II propaganda and informational videos like this so interesting. Like the particular style they have. I don't know.
In the Pacific.
Chitara says, wow, I can't believe all of that happened last Tuesday.
The Allied objectives were mere pinpoints in the vast reaches of the ocean. The Allied plan was to wrest these important islands, one by one, from entrenched Japanese soldiers and Marines.
When someone looking proof, mereka may come through lang 1942, and you put some Japanese, back.
Biar believe from when you promise to hand them all, so often fulfilled.
It really makes me wonder, this is one of the reasons I wish time machines are real. Oh my god. Not even for everyone. Just for me. My own little personal TARDIS. Just for my own interests. I want to know, who was the first person in his community decades ago to say, this is the prophecy? Because look, I don't have a rosy view of the US military to the point that I think it's impossible that some rando in the military said, like, haha, watch me fuck with these people, here's a prophecy, blah blah blah. It's possible. But what I think is more likely is at some point someone decided that the narrative needed to be a prophecy. So someone... There's a level of telephone. There's a level of people just kind of telling a bigger fish story, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But surely, At some point, was there one person or a couple people that went, here's the story we're going to go with, and we have a reason? Your own TARDIS or Hartnell? If I had the choice, I would choose Hartnell, because, you know, and it's a TARDIS anyway, basically. It's just my OC TARDIS. Hydrate. I hadn't heard that crocodile thing. That's interesting.
Meanwhile, on a supply mission, the USS William C. Ralston loaded down with vital replacements for the men who
Did I ever do the juggling? I feel like there was a juggle command I never did.
were holding the strategic island in the volcano group. The beaches hum with activity as Seabees unload the Ralston's cargo on the island, which is rapidly transformed into an advanced American base.
Man, when you want them plain, only want them plain. Only want my spokes. Only want something long white man. Kendall Bromsa. Tol Bromsa kani taman wing the many plain many my spokes.
Like, that to me sounds like someone said, hey, we're the United States. Do stuff for us. We'll bring you, look at, do you see this stuff we have? Guns and refrigerators and radios. We'll bring you stuff if you help us. And then that didn't happen because the United States military was lying to them and only used them for their convenience and then left as soon as the war was over without a second thought to the impact that they had had on the people there. So then it became mythologized, instead of them just going, holy shit, we just got conned by a bunch of other assholes who have better technology than we happen to have. Holy shit, fuck them. Instead it became a religion. Fun. Would I go back? Would I go back in time and prevent the Tuvix episode of Voyager? Absolutely not. The Tuvix episode... Look, say what you will about the Tuvix episode, it's probably the most discussed episode of Voyager, right? Right? Think about it. What comes up in terms of episodes of Voyager more than the conversation about Tuvix? So for that alone, no, I think Tuvix stands. This is actually kind of funny. It's almost mirroring the conflict in Tuvix. Do you destroy the episode Tuvix? Is that my right to destroy an entire episode? It doesn't belong to me. It has rights. God damn it, I gotta stop snorting on camera. Black's Law Dictionary request. Let's see. Bottom. I'll look up bottom. I don't think it's gonna be in there in any... Obviously, it's not gonna be in the way you're ha-ha-ing, but, like, I'll look it up.
Say okay. One day, kung buy something you buy campus me for life.
Imagine that the cargo has come to your island in either a great white ship or...
Okay, so this is pretty good. That was actually a good choice. Bottom isn't in here. However, there is a word, and it is Bottomland. All one word, like Disneyland, but it's Bottomland. Hannah, you just won the Streamy Award for Best Streamer Ever. What are you gonna do now? Hannah, you just won the award for the world's best ever streamer. What are you gonna do now? I'm going to Bottomland! Don't clip that. Bummel Homestead says, your laugh is adorable, never change. No, the definition isn't funny, just the word. The definition is low-lying land often located in a river's floodplain. It's not as fun as what I had in mind, but...
An aeroplane. Why has it come to these white-faced people? They've done nothing to deserve it. They don't make them themselves, you can see that. What's more, they put up great masts with wires on the top, and then they dress up people in similar uniforms and march them up and down in a senseless, useless way. They certainly aren't doing any good. And then it dawns on you, this is the secret. The white people are doing this as a sort of ritual designed to make the gods send the goods to them, the cargo. Therefore, if you want the cargo, you yourself must do these extraordinary things.
Okay, so if you missed that, basically, they saw the military doing military drills and other military-related things and didn't understand what they were doing because they weren't subsistence farming, they weren't hunting, yet they were well-fed, they had clothes and technology never seen before, so they assumed all the random stuff they saw the military doing were religious rituals and that when cargo came, it was a gift from gods of some kind. So now they do this. They do military stuff, even though they don't have guns or whatever. It's a religious thing. This is going to wrap around to sovereign citizens, I promise. It's a long detour, but I like this video, so.
Soldier. Learn the list, learn the list, learn the list, learn the list. Balikaram was a musket. Learn the list.
Nice, Cassifel.
Learn the list, learn the list, learn the list. No!
I gotta go get my Spiro refilled. The pharmacy I normally use is out, so I gotta find a different one to send it to. What are these people called? This is the cargo cult of Tana. T-A-N-A. If you Google cargo cult Tana, it'll come up.
Life long with the long ham some relationship long with West me for that. Watch the now. Let the pole. Watch the now.
In a cargo cult, you believe that there is going to be one particular being who, a sort of messiah, who will bring all this cargo to you, and you call him John Frum.
Some claim that John Frum was an American military scout before the war. Others believe he was an islander using visions to gain power. That never happens. People never lie about getting supernatural visions to get power, right? What would they have to gain? What would they have to gain? I didn't type quick enough to make the joke. The joke is the Vatican. The joke is that you can become incredibly rich and powerful through religion. Powerful enough to survive the collapse of the Roman Empire. Artemis8192, thanks for 29 months, says, hey Hannah, wanted to say that as someone who only listens to streams during work that I really appreciate you describing things on screen, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Here's a quick cleanse for later. Sorry, I should have read out those subtitles probably for people who just listen.
Before every money look, you talk with them, John. But today, no more.
Isn't there a group of people that think King Philip is a god? Yes, I believe that's another cargo cult but instead of John From being the sort of godhead of their religion, it's that king. Because I believe it was a UK military base instead of a US one. Which is interesting, isn't it? How that reverence, apparently, for the monarchy, at least in the sense of, like, there being pictures of him around, seemed to have made some sort of impression on the natives.
Now, yeah, only one man you talk with them, John.
The best way to learn about your culture is seeing it through the eyes of someone who's not a part of it. I've been talking to the spirit for 10 or 11 years. Oh, this guy pretends he can talk to the spirit of John From. Great. John is a spirit. I've been talking to the spirit for 10 or 11 years. That's gotta be frustrating for the documentarians. Like, here's why I'd make a bad documentarian. Maybe I'd be a great documentarian for this reason. Or maybe I'd be a victim of murder. I'd probably be like, okay, so I know what you're doing. I'm from America. I know this isn't true. And I know you're not talking to some spiritual John From because John From doesn't exist. What the fuck are you doing? And that's why I shouldn't be an anthropologist.
10, 11, yes.
It's weird when you just see someone and you know, like, oh, this guy's shitty. This guy's a shitty liar. His whole life is a lie. This guy's a big phony. This guy's a great big phony. At minimum, I might try and fuck up his day. Because, like, and this is going to sound terrible, but the fact that I'm from America might be an advantage in this one case. Maybe I'll go to the other people in the village. In this hypothetical, I speak their language, or at the very least have a translator there who can translate. I'll be like, I have come from America! I've spoken to John. He's very happy with all you have done. But this man is a charlatan! He has lied to you! He has had no contact with John, and John is very upset with him. And then I'll just leave, like Captain Kirk, and never think about it again. Anything that happens after that, not my problem. After I leave is when the Prime Directive kicks in, and I never have to think about it again. It could be a case of he genuinely believes he can speak to him. That's true. He could be mentally ill or just, like, weird. I don't know. Bubble Homestead says, how unethical would it be to give them means to consume Doctor Who media? I don't know. This just makes me so sad. It's sad, but, like, fascinated. It's an interesting subject. I understood that reference, Ren. Good reference. Did you see the trailer for Strange New Worlds with live-action Boimler? Oh my god. His purple hair shocked me in live action. Because in animation, when a character has, like, purple hair, you don't really think about it, because it's animation, you know? But when you see that person in live action and they still have purple hair, you're like, oh yeah, that's unique. Kind of surprised there aren't more people with, like, purple, blue, whatever hair in Star Trek. I don't think Starfleet by the 23rd century gives a shit about if you dye your hair. Bitter old ass broad, thanks for 100 bits, says, hi Hannah, happy Pride. Happy Pride to you too. Lady Anne says, my partner thinks the Prime Directive is BS and the Federation has a moral imperative to prevent the suffering of letting these poor people struggle in the mud. That's an interesting supposition, and I understand where that's coming from. I don't necessarily disagree. It's a really interesting conundrum. On the one hand, I think practically speaking, the answer is, well, maybe you want to try and remain out of sight. You do as much as you can. Like, you literally, if there was a planet, and this is going to sound psycho, it is psycho. If there's a planet with life on it that doesn't have access to know you exist, you don't let them know you exist, but maybe you, like, keep an eye on them. Like, if there's any big disasters about to happen, you prevent it somehow if you have the technology. You somehow slip ideas to researchers on the DL. I don't know. Still probably unethical in terms of, like, inserting yourself. Natural disasters and diseases, yes. But, like, in terms of, like, politics and stuff, it's pretty unethical to go to another planet or wherever and do another group of people and be like, I know everything I do is correct, so here are the correct ways to be. And I understand. I don't... I understand that there are some things that are always morally superior, or at least generally people agree, like murder's bad. But, like, what if there's a society out there that's, like, just, like, a lot different? A lot different, but not, like, evil. They're not, like, hurting you, necessarily. I don't know. It's just murky. I don't know why I'm talking about Star Trek now. I know why, but, like... I've seen a little bit of the Orville, but not much. I liked what I saw. I'll watch it someday.
Because
the Picard is a mighty god. Who watches the Watchers? Right? That's Who Watches the Watchers? One of the best episodes from early TNG. Is that season 2? 3? Season 2. So anyway, that's a cargo cult. So that wraps back around to sovereign citizens.
Favorite meals of the day.
Sorry. That wraps around to sovereign citizens because sovereign citizens are playing at the law in the same way that the people in Tana are playing at being the military. They didn't understand the underlying mechanisms of military hierarchy, supply chains, airplanes, the fact that they understood there was a conflict going on, obviously, but they didn't understand the scale of it. They didn't understand the scale of the countries that were at war. So they had to sort of, like, rationalize it in their own way. And they did so in a weird way, relative to the reality of the situation, at least. So sovereign citizens basically do the same thing. They see lawyers, they understand that the law involves a lot of words they don't understand, legalese or whatever. They understand that, like, you can object to things, and that you can use, like, loopholes, maybe, because they saw it in a movie once or something. But they don't really understand the underlying reasons that sometimes these things might work in real life, or the difference between what they see in a movie or TV show and reality. So what you end up having is a bunch of people pretending to know the law, pretending to do the law, and using some of the outward things that look or sound like the law, but really have nothing to do with it at all. It's the same mentality. It's incredibly interesting. Is this the right one? No. Now I just gotta fix the screen real quick. And we can get back to the Sobsets, and not just the thing that's kind of about Sobset mentality. MH Darkbeast says, Hannah, my only issue with the Boimler is that he doesn't have the flick at the front of his hair. Yeah, I'm trying to think about what that hairstyle would translate to in live action. I think all things considered, translating an animated character to live action, pretty good. Pretty good. You gotta make some concessions, you know, but, like, I think what they did is solid and about as close as you could get. But yeah, I don't disagree. They could have maybe done something to feather out the hair. GamerG says John Frum only exists in the same alternate universe that his nephew David Frum went to to The Hague for war crimes in Iraq. Ineffable Effort says just living without technology is the source of a massive amount of suffering, refusing to share the resources of your knowledge. I'm not sure I'd not feel respected if I found out medicine, etc. existed, but some alien didn't want to interfere with my culture. That's why I'm saying I think it would maybe behoove them to do as much as they can behind the scenes to alleviate factors like scarcity, but otherwise don't touch the culture. Help scarcity issues so people can kind of figure out their own stuff peacefully. I don't know. There's not a right answer, but I totally understand what you're coming from. I agree. These are the same problems that philosophically, like, made me first start questioning when I, stopped believing in Christianity. Certainly that wasn't the end-all be-all, but it was the beginning of some of my questioning was these problems of evil, of if you have the power to do something and you don't exercise that power, it's the trolley problem. M. Scheffler, thanks for 21 months. Were we already in the middle of a video, or had I not even started one fully yet? No, we were in this one, right? No. Oh yeah, the 4-minute guy.
Okay, very well then. At this point, the court finds that it does have jurisdiction over the payer.
Gasp, the court finds it has jurisdiction?
The relevant statute is, for the purpose of the show, causes MCL 552.633.
Your Honor, I object. The state of Michigan has...
He already ruled on your objection, sir. It's been overruled.
Not entered any evidence to prove that they have jurisdiction.
You're in the state of Michigan. Do you know how states work? Do you know what a sovereign state is?
Under subsection 3, in the absence of proof to the contrary introduced by the payer, the court shall presume that the payer has currently...
The cargo thing was a tangent, yes, to express some of the thoughts I had about the similarities between that kind of thinking and the stuff that goes on with sovereign citizens. So it was like about sovereign citizens, but it was using something else to demonstrate something.
Available resources equal to 1 month of payments under the support order. This is an arrears only case. However, when this case was in payment status, what was the monthly payment amount, Ms. Mullen?
The charge was $303 per month.
Just keep yelling you object. I'm sure that's going to go great.
The state of Michigan has not entered any evidence that there is such a debt. They have not entered any evidence that they have jurisdiction.
Does he think he's nailing it? Is he like, yeah, this judge loves me. I'm doing great.
Ms. Mullen, what was the dollar amount?
$303 per month, Your Honor.
All right. In that case, the court finds, based under the statute and the absence of proof offered by Mr. Rogers, that he has the ability to pay support of $300.
Your Honor, my evidence is on the record, and you're not observing it.
MH Darkby says, after only getting through one episode of Canada's Worst Driver, so I think while you do stay on topic more, your tangents we cause end up being longer, aka we're evil. It's true, because I'm still very switchy between topics. But, like, I'm able to focus on the second topic more. At least this one wrapped back around.
$333 per month. Therefore,
I do not consent.
The court does find that Mr. Rogers...
Not even listen.
...is in contempt.
I don't consent. Okay, cool. You're in court.
He will be placed on probation for a period of 2 years.
I do not consent to that.
During that 2-year period, he will make payments according to a payment plan.
That's not a bad way to do it in terms of strategy. I've seen judges deal with this different ways, outright ignoring them and pretending you don't hear them. Sure, why not?
And consisting of $333 per month. If he does not make payments according to that plan, a bench warrant will issue for his arrest. The amount of the bond will be set at $1,000, which he will have to pay or serve 5 days in jail.
Your Honor, you haven't addressed the jurisdiction of this court yet.
Court is in recess. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonder how he thought that went. Is he just gonna ignore it and get the bench warrant? Based on other sob sits, probably. That's a shame.
It's an Arizona plate. Victor, Nora, Tom, Adam.
Sovereign citizens are Karens that think they're lawyers. You'd think, and I've made that comparison too, but honestly, the, like, profile psychologically and, like, in terms of their core moral identity are actually pretty different from what I've seen.
Sam, Tom, Charles.
I'm not saying there is an overlap, just...
Hello, Officer Winters. How are you guys doing?
You didn't miss Marcel, no.
I'm good, hey. So, what brings you out here?
Just making an exchange.
So, the context for this video is this couple is in the parking lot of an elementary school while the kids are on recess outside adjacent to this parking lot, and they are in a white, unmarked van. So anyway, the school called police to come investigate, just to see what the fuck was going on. As it turns out, they're not kidnappers. They, weird excuse. If I remember correctly, I believe they're here to do some sort of exchange for raw milk? They're buying milk. I think raw milk from a farmer. Because, you know, SOPSIT types have a pretty big overlap with, like, libertarian types. Sometimes crunchy libertarians like raw milk. I feel like we're going backwards. Louis Pasteur, my god. Fucking sanitize your milk. Anyway, I think they're here to buy raw milk, for whatever that tells you.
Go ahead.
The lady.
What lady?
Goat milk.
Goat milk. Okay.
Oh, it's goat milk. I bet it's raw goat milk. I feel like if you buy goat milk, you probably drink raw goat milk.
So I
like, is the farmer's probably not pasteurizing his own goat milk, right? If they're buying it out of a van. I'm just saying, van milk doesn't seem pasteurized to me. If people are trying to sell me van milk, I think unpasteurized.
I'm Officer Amanda Winters. I'm the school resource officer. The principal told me that you guys were down there waiting to go through the cones, and then you guys came back up here.
Right, we're just trying to get here to this car.
Okay. So who is meeting you guys here? Do you know?
Yeah, she works here at the school, and she left this milk in the car.
Oh, okay. Do you guys have your ID cards on you?
No, we don't have such things.
By the way, a school is a terrible place to do this. There are often places in communities, not always, but some communities have, like, at library parking lots or in police station parking lots, though I understand if you don't want to be near a police station. Often they will have places that are sort of designated areas for sort of Craigslist or Facebook marketplace transactions. It's an area that typically is known to have, like, multiple cameras, so no one can try and do anything bad, you know? Often very public places or whatever. These places are never schools, because I don't know if you know this, America. Schools are scary now. Schools are scary. People show up randomly and do awful things that I'd rather just not talk about, because this isn't what this stream is about, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So it's not a good idea to just, without notice, show up to a school and park there suspiciously in a van or any vehicle. It's just, it's not a place, you know, it's not a place that's really, like, a place where you just loiter. People are kind of freaked out about all the terrible things. Choking Ouroboros says, my friend's family were the local animal control officers, but were also hosting an illegal farm. They had goat's milk. It was pretty good.
You don't have ID cards? What's your name? Okay, so in the state of Colorado, if an officer is contacting you for a law enforcement reason, and I'm here for that, then you're required to give an ID. If not, it's obstructing. Okay. Are you an American?
We don't have any obligation to show anyone.
Okay, but you understand that
You're in a school parking lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure you do. I might be the laughing man with 100 bits says, hey Hannah, been watching you for the better part of a decade now. Figured it was time to make a Twitch account and say thanks for the tracked reads, movie reviews, and streams. Back to lurking. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you can join us here on Twitch. We have a great community. Join the Discord, if you haven't already.
it's a charge, right? Like obstructing.
A charge is a bill for money that people give to other people.
Okay, I'm not going to play semantics with you. Either you have your ID and you're going to give me that information, or you're going to go in handcuffs. That's it.
Okay,
So
well, that's a threat.
it's not a
And
threat.
you
It's
don't
called the
have any
law.
authority to tell anybody that when they're
Okay, step out.
causing no harm.
Step
No.
out.
So what is
No.
Okay. Felix, you need to step it up, please. Frank, too, can you come?
Did she just say she doesn't take military orders? I think she's taking the militarization of the police a little literally. The police aren't part of the United States military. They're often armed like it, but no, they're not part of that chain of command in any way, shape, or form.
As well.
The body politic.
Come out.
No.
Oh god, she said the body fucking politic. Here we go.
I don't answer questions.
cause and purpose of this?
Excuse me.
This isn't the Roman Forum. You're at a van next to a playground, being questioned by the police. Just be normal for 5 seconds.
But that's trespassing.
It isn't trespassing.
Yes,
Step
it is
out.
trespassing.
Step out.
No.
This
No,
is
you
either.
have no authority.
Yes, I do.
You're operating under color of law, which is Title 18 fraud.
I don't know what you're
Impersonating
talking
an
about,
officer.
but in Colorado, this is the law that we have.
Impersonating
Sir,
an
step out.
officer under color of law.
Step out.
No.
Color of law, for those who don't know, basically means you're acting as if you have the authority of law, but you're not actually following the law, so stop pretending that you are in the right, basically, when sovereign citizens say it.
Okay.
No, this isn't Betty. Betty's still in timeout. She's not allowed to upload, I think, for another 7 or 8 months, according to her settlement or whatever she came to with the judge.
No. Who am I injuring? What is your cause of action?
In this.
You're in a elementary school parking lot next to a bunch of children, and you're in a van, apparently buying unpasteurized milk.
State of Colorado, you have to tell me what your name is.
Show me the law that says I have to.
Over here, Felix.
I'm a member of the state of Colorado, or that Colorado even exists.
I googled, does Colorado exist? Yes, Colorado exists.
According to Wikipedia, Colorado was a state in the Mountain West subregion of the western United States.
I didn't ask my phone, Google. God damn. It's the wrong Google.
Okay, come out.
My phone went off. I don't know if that picked up on the mic. My phone answered the question.
Yes, I can offer this, but
Yes.
Are you threatening us?
No, but if you don't want to give me your information, then you're going to go in cuffs.
Don't talk about Bixby. God damn. I have a Samsung phone. If you're not familiar with Samsung phones, if you use iPhones or Google Pixels or whatever, Samsung tried to do their own Alexa type thing or whatever, or Siri or whatever, and it's called Bixby, and it's so stupid. And originally, there's like, I don't think it exists on the phones anymore, at least not on the one I have, but they used to, literally, Samsung phones came with a dedicated physical Bixby button. So you'd be trying to, like, either, you know, unlock your phone, or, like, change the volume on a video, and you wouldn't be paying enough attention, and you'd hit the fucking Bixby button. Fucking hate that guy. Anyway. Luckily, they did an update so you can now change the Bixby button to do something else, like activate your camera or do other things to it. You can do that. Which isn't bad. Having a physical button on your phone you can just map to whatever app you want is kind of nice, but Bixby's a bad idea.
And then I'll...
No one has any
You can't be hanging out in front of a school and not tell me who you are.
Yeah, hydrate.
Hanging out in front of a school.
We're not hanging out, we're waiting for goat's milk, pig! M. Scheffler says, I'm in Colorado, it's real. People can't drive, but it's real. P-Meal, thank you for gifting 5 Tier 1 subs.
That's his ID.
We're not hanging
All right, come out.
No.
Either you come out or I'm going to pull you out.
I don't follow military orders, and if you threaten
I am not in the
an
military.
assault,
All right, out.
Do not touch me. Do not assault me.
Either you come out or you're going to be tased.
Immediately.
I'm not going to fight with you.
Come out or you'll be tased.
Frank, too, you need to step it up.
One more time, ma'am.
Well, then come out of this car. I am not going to play this game. Either you get out or you come out. I have one at Taser Point. She doesn't want to come out of this car.
If you're a peace officer, then you are assaulting a peaceful being.
Either you come out
They're stoned too. Oh yeah, they sound stoned. I thought that was a given.
or I will tase you.
Justify assaulting.
Then you should probably tell your wife to come out. Or your girlfriend or whomever she is.
Justify assaulting a peaceful being.
Do you have...
Come out or I'm going to tase you.
You are disobeying a lawful order.
Come out or I'm going to tase you.
Please come out. This
It is not a lawful order. It is an order.
I don't understand how you can both have this much disdain for the police, but also not recognize that, like, the police will absolutely fucking tase you. Like, the police are gonna fucking tase you. She sounds like she doesn't think it's gonna happen. She's so blasé. Like, this isn't gonna happen. The police never tase anyone. It's just weird that they're like, I hate the police, and also, the police won't tase me. If you think the police don't use force, why don't you like the police?
Under color
I'm
of
done.
law.
Come out or I'm going to tase
They're way too chill. Yeah, it's probably the weed.
you. Now.
Okay, please.
Put your hands on this hood. Now.
We're gonna put you
Now.
Under threatened arrest, these people are threatening me.
right now.
Now.
You're not under arrest. We're going to detain you. Please don't resist
Detain
arrest.
me under
Then
what
you will
authority?
be arrested.
Put your hands behind your back. Now.
Now, please. We're going to ask you one
I
more
am a
time.
peaceful being.
I understand that.
Stay right there.
No
Stay
one.
right there.
I am peaceful. I am
Thank you,
harming
ma'am.
no one.
Thank
We
you.
are here
You're not under arrest.
on
We're
our
detaining
own
you right now.
private
Ma'am.
business. I am
Ma'am,
harming
please,
no
please,
one.
ma'am. Don't let me force. Please, thank
Hey,
you.
please,
Thank
let's
you, ma'am.
cooperate
Thank
right
you,
now,
thank you,
and
thank you.
They are assaulting me and injuring
And
me.
let's figure out what's going on. This is totally
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I tell you what we're going to do.
Make
We're
sure
gonna
you
walk
double
to my
lock them,
vehicle.
Felix.
Come on. Let's go with me. Then we're going to figure this out.
This is by force and under threat and
Okay,
under
ma'am.
duress. You are operating under color of
I
law,
got-
Title 18 fraud,
Ma'am.
Section
Come on.
2172.
Let's go to my vehicle.
You have no authority to cause injury.
Go.
You will be.
It's funny how much Chili DeCastro freaks the fuck out about being handcuffed to the point that he calls them torture cuffs and acts as though if you use handcuffs you violated like some sort of like Geneva Convention. He freaks out. Yet this lady, who clearly also, you know, doesn't like the cops, fair enough, but like she's handcuffed, she just doesn't say anything about it, she's fine. She's like, whatever. She's not even thinking about it. She's annoyed by it, I'm sure, but she's not like, ow, my arms! I'm being tortured. She's just walking away while being handcuffed. I'd like to show Chili this video and be like, Chili, Why do you freak out more than this lady? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, okay. So where? Let's go.
Let's go
What's wrong?
over there.
Okay.
This is your wife's. Yep. Freaking, we have the female detained right now. Her name, she started no threat. You are required. Can't run him yet.
Sir, under
Okay, now my partner's going to talk to you.
Oh, don't let Chris see this video. He's gonna think there's chemtrails.
Okay.
Your handcuffs are under
Okay,
threat,
now my partner's
duress,
going
and
to
they
talk
are
to you.
an assault.
Either you.
Oh, damn it. She called handcuffs an assault. She didn't say torture. She said assault. Touching someone could be assault.
You're gonna give me your. Here's the deal. You're either gonna give me your name or you're not. Either way, you are under arrest because you're gonna be charged
To be clear, they're not an assault in this case, but...
with resisting and obstruction.
go.
In the state of
This right
Colorado,
here,
you are required to give me that information. Not only that, you refuse to get out of your car even after I asked politely. On top of that,
Order. I'm not a member of
stop
the
talking.
military.
It is my turn now. Other than that, you're parked in front of a school.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, and I'm not... Nah.
Children are on the playground, and then you don't want to tell me
Redacted.
who you are, which makes me think that you're here to abduct children.
Look, I get it, I know, but why is the cop more concerned about that than the idea that might be someone there to shoot up the school? I think people showing up to schools to kidnap children at recess happens way less than our weekly mass shootings. Weird place the cop's head is at.
Regardless of whether you're here for goat milk or not. So
Why is the real world Reno 911?
regardless of whether or not you give me your name, you are going to jail.
You're just gonna assault a peaceful person.
No, I'm not.
Here,
We're
walk
gonna take
back
that off
to
for next
walk back to my car.
No, we're not going to
No, we're
walk
not.
back to your
I'll
car.
show
We're
you.
past that.
I'll show you.
We're
going
past
past
that.
that.
I'm
Show
past
you
that.
my identification.
I am past that.
No, it's not too late.
I am past that.
It's not too late. Please let me rectify my terrible mistake.
And this is a
No,
threat
ma'am,
and
we're
it's
not
under
assaulting
duress.
you, ma'am.
Yes,
We're trying to be
and-
respectful to
And
you.
do you know
Okay,
that
right now?
Felix, let me pat her down. I haven't done that.
Avoids your authority.
Ma'am, please, I'm asking you, please do not resist arrest. Let her pat you down. Let's
I'm
get
not
you taken care of.
Can you hold that for me, please?
Kidnapping and an
Okay,
assault.
ma'am, okay.
Well, your
I'm
husband,
resisting-
boyfriend, whomever.
I'm resisting your crimes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and that is a crime. You cannot resist police officers.
Please stop molesting me and assaulting.
Yeah.
And not filling it. Yeah, okay.
And then she's failing to identify
Are you good?
herself.
Okay, yeah. Let's go in the
I
vehicle,
have
ma'am.
wrist
Ma'am, just go in the
injuries.
vehicle.
Please loosen those.
No, get
Come on,
in.
Let's go. Let's get in.
You are injured.
Go,
Please
get in. So she
By
didn't.
your actions, you pay me $1 million silver dollars.
Free conversation. Oh, she
By
didn't.
your actions, you pay me $1 million silver dollars.
For your actions, you need to pay me 1 million silver dollars. Hold on. What is a silver ounce worth today? $23. She said 1 million? So she wants $23 million in silver from them. Okay, cool.
Free conversation 70.
Chromatic Cuttlefish says, I suspect children getting abducted happens more often, but mostly by non-custodial parents, which is also a frequent sob-sit thing. I meant more by, like, random people at a school playground, not in general.
Get in.
By
Get in.
your
Get
actions,
in.
Get
you
in.
agree.
Let's go.
Get in.
Okay.
We don't agree to
Okay.
anything. Get in.
Okay.
So you want to tow the vehicle? What do you want to do with the vehicle?
Free come on Frank
Well,
70.
we got.
Female has been advised she's in custody. She's still refusing to give us her ID.
We'll see if
Do you
he's
have
not
his
a federal
information?
That's his. I haven't.
identification. Yeah, we
run him
haven't
yet.
ran him yet.
Vehicle, nothing?
Freakum, did you get a clearance back on that vehicle? For me. especially when you're parked outside of a school.
Have caused harm to anyone?
It's not about causing harm. By virtue of not identifying yourself when she was asked, that's called obstruction. Failing to get out of your car when I'm telling you to get out of your vehicle is resisting. Go ahead. Anything out of Colorado, ma'am? I copy, thank you. In your vehicle. Let me grab that then. This to you. Okay, this is my business card. I will explain that in just a minute. This is your case number on the back. If you want body camera footage, you have to go through discovery, through the DA's office. They handle all of that. Business card and your case number. She's going to be taken to the Fremont County Sheriff's Department in the detention center in Canyon City. No, it's 136 Justice Center Road in Canyon City. It's not that far. It's just the next town over, okay? And again, in the state of Colorado, if you're being contacted for a law enforcement reason, you cannot refuse to give us your identification. That is your name, your first and last name, and your date of birth. That was it. And if a police officer tells you to get out of your vehicle, you cannot refuse. Okay? If you have any other questions, that gentleman was my commander. You're welcome to chat with him.
Make sure she has my phone number.
What's your phone number?
520.
Scared the shit out of me. Oh, the noise was the door opening.
901.
Oh, you're good.
0286.
0286. Okay. And we'll give that to him for his... Hey, Felix?
He didn't get arrested because he ID'd and got out of the car. She did not.
Let me see that business card real quick. This is his phone number, and I want to write it down for you.
Like, if she had ID'd herself and just been like, hey, we're here for goat milk, the same, they probably were like, okay, please don't do that here. Do it in a different place that's public. And that would have been the end of it. And they would have gotten their goat milk and gone home and done whatever you do with raw goat milk.
If you don't mind, sir. That way it doesn't get messed up off my hand. If you tell the jail...
Like, do they cook with it? Or are they just like, or are they making cheese? Or like, are they straight up drinking raw ass goat milk? Like, they're like, I'm thirsty. You know what sounds good? Non-pasteurized goat milk. Alright? Can't blame the dairy lobby for that one. They're just weird. Hi, Cass. Oh, is it colder in this room and you don't know why and there's a strange thing in the window? Poor baby.
I'll have the PC for them in a minute.
You've heard raw milk makes better cheese? I've heard that too, and I've heard raw milk tastes better for those who like the taste of milk. It may. I don't know. I don't have an opinion. My opinion is this. It's not even an opinion. It's potentially dangerous to drink unpasteurized milk. Don't do it. I don't care how it tastes. But you're an adult. I'm not your mom. I can't tell you what kinds of milks to drink or not drink. Isn't raw milk still unsanitary? Yeah, that's what makes it raw, is that they don't pasteurize it, so it's still got anything in it that could cause, like, a huge growth of bacteria that will, like, make you ill.
That is Mr. Jason's information, yeah. Okay, thank you. Do you need me to move? Are you gonna back up or you want me to move? Okay, okay. Do you have any other questions, sir?
What if she doesn't have a state issued ID?
It's fine. It's okay. She just needed to give me her name and her date of birth, and that was it. There wasn't anything else that she needed to give. It didn't have to.
She's been involved in the system for like 15, 20 years. So
well,
she
Is he under the impression that there's going to be no record of her existence just because she hasn't had a driver's license in like 15 years? Everything about her is still somewhere. I'm sure her social security number is still active. I'm sure that they can identify her. It's not a big deal. H. Baird says, if you want to be a cheese influencer, you have to express extreme one-sided opinions or no one will take you seriously.
She has a world citizen passport. It's about all her IDs.
Mozzarella cheese is one of the worst cheeses. It's barely cheese.
So
mozzarella cheese is just hard milk.
It's absurd that she wouldn't just tell me her name.
It's kind of it is, but it's
you know,
also...
you have to understand from our perspective. We have two people that the school staff has no idea in a white van that went from one side of the school to the other. You have students out here playing on the playground with an unknown woman and an unknown man.
Oh, literally they went and interacted with the children too. That'll get the cops called on you.
Who appear to be...
Yeah, you can't just go, look, I get it. I understand the world isn't this big stranger danger thing. I genuinely believe that the vast majority of people have good intentions for the most part, you know? I'm sure everyone does selfish things from time to time that might harm others, but I think people aren't generally malicious in public, you know? So I think, you know, 99 out of 100 times, you know, any adults that would, like, be like, oh, I'm gonna go, you know, wouldn't it be fun to go play with those kids in that park or whatever for a second? I'm sure 99 out of 100 people, that's fine, and they don't have any ill intent, and they're just, you know, people like kids. Kids are fun, and all that. Playing with kids is like a fun activity because they're creative and stuff, you know? The problem is, we live in a world where, like, 1 out of 100 times someone has really ill intent, so you can't. That's why socially, you just don't really interact with children that aren't related to you or aren't your friends' kids or whatever. You know. It's not how it works. Unfortunately, creepy people have ruined everything. Oh. My wife is cooling herself via the window air conditioner over there. Nice Star Trek shirt.
Thanks, it's yours.
I know. What about mozzarella on pizza? I like mozzarella on pizza as a base cheese, but I don't like it as the only cheese. I don't really like a blend, or if it does have a mozzarella, I like something like a Parmesan on top to give it, like, other stuff going on.
Watching them, it looks like you're trying to abduct a child.
It's the end of the video. Okay. This is an interesting one. There is a Sobsit video, and we get Sobsit videos from Canada or the UK or Australia often. Just because, I don't know, it's spread across the I don't even know what to call it. Many of the former colonies of the UK and the UK. I think that seems reasonable. Anyway, this is the first time that I have ever seen one from Jamaica. A sovereign citizen in Jamaica. So this should be interesting.
All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is an Al-Moroccan, Moorish American, Article 3.
Okay, so you're trying to do the Moorish citizen Morocco thing in the Bahamas? That's not even how the actual bullshit belief works within its own internal logic. Obviously, none of it matters, because none of it's real anyway, but, like, within the internal logic of the Moorish citizen belief system, they don't have to follow American law because they believe that they are part of their own government because they believe they're the indigenous people of the Americas, right? Do they also think that applies to the Bahamas? The Bahamas isn't America. I don't know what she thinks she's doing here, even within her own system of nonsense.
consular court action. I am sovereign living justice, Sharon Ann Peart Johnson. In capitis diminutio nolo.
I should point out that this person is a member of a Moorish citizen cult with an actual leader, and that leader is this woman, but we'll watch her video a little later. Anyway, this woman is a follower of the woman I just showed.
Red ink in propria persona sui juris. I am in my natural living person. I am not a corpse. I am not a nom de guerre. I am not black. I am not Miss. I am not Jamaican. I am not a lady. I am a sovereign, original, indigenous, natural, divine, sentient.
Indigenous to where? You're in the Bahamas.
Flesh and blood woman living in my body on the land.
It's redundant. We all live in our bodies.
And
that's a tautology.
So you're going to stand and last forever, Sharon?
All rise and stand and remain.
I'm sorry. I went back and forth between Bahamas and Jamaica, didn't I? This is Jamaica, not the Bahamas. Apologies.
Standing into perpetuity.
It's somewhere in the realm of, like, things that would be listed in the Beach Boys song Kokomo. I get all those confused. Except for Kokomo, which is not an actual island in that area.
This is a sovereign, Al-Moroccan, Moorish American, Article 3, consular court action. I am sovereign, living justice, Sharon Ann Peart Johnson. In capitis diminutio nolo, in propria persona sui juris.
See what I mean? When I was talking about the cargo cult thingy earlier, sovereign citizens know that in law, sometimes things are Latin. So if you say Latin, it's like magic.
In proprio solo and in proprio heredis.
I heard Latin. You win. Those are the rules.
My free chosen sovereign appellation of nobility is Shasha Ann Bay. In propria, in capitis diminutio nolo, in red ink. In proprio persona.
Is this just turning into an old school Catholic mass? What is happening?
Sui juris. In my natural living proper person.
In propria persona. Pro se invicta.
In proprio solo and in proprio heredis.
In propria horrenda.
What is your name? What is your nationality? State your name and nationality for the sovereign living people whom
probably Jamaican. You're in Jamaica.
Are the de jure Moorish National Republic federal government, the only de jure government on
this is a really good way to end up locked in a Jamaican mental hospital.
The land, the people, the living national sovereign.
What's my favorite color? Purple.
People on the land. I am not under the jurisdiction of the United States.
You're not in the United States, you're in Jamaica. Does she think Jamaica's the United States? Presumably she had to go through customs with her passport to get here and back. She must know it's not the US, right? What? First name bunch of numbers says, as a recovering Catholic, I'm getting flashbacks.
Corporation, company, nor its citizens. Its 14th Amendment.
This is Jamaica. The Constitution means nothing here. You're not in America. The Constitution does not apply. Not that it would in the way you're saying anyway. But, like, this is multiple levels removed from reality. It's almost meta.
Foreign, private, for-profit, criminal, human trafficking, corpses. Do you understand that you are bound, all of you are bound by the Constitution,
No, they're not. It's Jamaica. Like, I'm sure there are laws. I don't know what the law, like, whatever the equivalent of the Constitution, the founding document of, like, law in independent Jamaica. I don't know what that is, but presumably exists. But it's not the United States Constitution. Two Genders in a Trench Coat says, this reminds me of a person who believes they're the rightful sovereign king of Wales and tries to cite medieval Welsh laws and UN regulations as to why they are the king of Wales. And Sume says, me after being summoned by a sovereign citizen using Latin completely wrong.
After 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to conquer Earth!
organic Constitution for the United States of America and the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. You are in violation.
I clicked on it before you gave the bits. I wasn't ignoring that. I just was... Yeah.
Currently of international law.
Lemon-scented neurotoxin, thanks for gifting a sub to Rita Repulsa.
You are in violation of Title 18, United States Code.
You're not in the U.S.
241. United States Code 242. You are violating my rights. You are violating.
Oh my god, it looks like she has multiple Moorish flags in the car too.
My rights.
Which means she brought these to put in her rental car.
Rights. I am not.
I cannot imagine they're gonna fuck around with this.
I'm not in the jurisdiction of any of you. Don't touch me. Like I said, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. Don't touch me. I said, don't touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. You have, I said, all rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. All rise and stand and remain I said.
What is that? I don't understand what she even thinks that means.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't. I said don't touch me. Do not assault me. I will. Do not touch me. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity.
Why is she acting as if she's a judge entering the courtroom? You're right. That is kind of what it sounds like. Again, cargo cult mentality. Judges have authority because a bailiff tells people to all rise, judge, whatever. I don't know. I don't know if that's directly the origin of that, but word magic.
All rise and stand and remain standing into... Don't touch me!
Why? She doesn't understand why the spell isn't working. It's true. She forgot one of the components.
You're in violation.
She forgot the length of string.
Of international law. I keep stating to you, I am not under your jurisdiction. I have presented my documents. I am not under your jurisdiction. Get your hands off of me. Get your hands. Don't touch me. I am where. This is my flag. This is my national vessel. This is my vessel.
Okay, this I should probably explain. The flags thing, I've seen other Moorish citizens do this. I don't know if they're part of the same specific Moorish citizen cult, or if this is just a general, like, idea that got floated in different Moorish citizen communities. But many of them believe that they can classify their vehicle as a vessel and use maritime law, so they will have these flags that they use in order to try to signal to police or whoever that, like, I'm a Moorish national, because they think their thing is a boat and that their flag is a communicative thing, as if it's, like, the 17th century and you're a naval vessel and your flags are signaling things to people. So I've literally seen them, like, throw the flag over the window, so, like, it's...
This is my vessel. I have cancelled, terminated all contracts with the United States Corporation Company.
This is not America.
I am not under the jurisdiction of the United States Corporation Company. I am a sovereign living national. I am in propria persona sui juris. I am in my natural state. I am not under the jurisdiction. This all rise and stand. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is an Al-Moroccan, Moorish American, Article 3 consular court action. What is your name? What is your nationality? By
Probably Jamaican.
law, you're a public servant. You are to state your name and your...
I don't even think this lady's from Jamaica. I think she's there, like, on a trip. Oh my god, that's even worse. Is she Jamaican? Why is she trying this then? Does she think Jamaica's America and yet she's from Jamaica? What? That's so much weirder.
You are to state your name and national... I am not under the jurisdiction of any United States Corporation Company, nor citizen. I am not under the jurisdiction of any... Don't touch me.
Hydrate. Chromatic Cuttlefish says Jamaica has its own constitution. To be very pedantic, the Jamaica Constitution, Order and Council, 1962. And Sume says she forgot a question.
Stop! The bridge of death must answer me. There, the other side, he sees. What is your name?
My name is Sir Lancelot of Camelot.
What is your quest?
To seek the Holy Grail.
What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Fine, off you go.
Don't hate me, chat. Monty Python is not my favorite. And also, meaning of life is better than Holy Grail. Suck it. Gray Eon Wannabe says, can you imagine trying to deal with someone like this? Yikes. Excuse me. Isaac Inanimate says, I got my wisdom teeth pulled only to find out there's a pain med shortage in the US. No worries, though. I had several VODs to watch after this. Thanks for the dopamine, Mrs. Baha Reloaded. Overthought says, I honestly don't think there's an endgame for Sob Sits Moors. Like, they don't really think that one day everyone will be free men like them. It's the conflict they love. The fight is the goal. I don't know if I agree with that. A lot of them are really true believers. Not all of them, but many. I think this lady is. I think this lady is a true believer.
I said don't touch me. Don't touch me. All right, don't touch me. Don't.
Monty Python was probably ruined for me because before I even had seen the movies, I was in high school. I don't even know. I was like it doesn't matter what year I was in. I was a sophomore or like a junior. And a freshman was in the same class as me. And like, I didn't hate the kid, you know? Like, he was kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. But like, you know, I try and be nice to people, so we sat near each other and I talked to him and was friendly and all that stuff. This kid quoted Monty Python so much out of context for no reason, and it ruined it for me.
Don't touch me. I'm exercising my sovereign rights. I am exercising my sovereign rights. I am exercising my sovereign... Don't touch me. I'm exercising my sovereign right. I am exercising my... all rise and stand and remain. Don't touch me. You do not have the right to touch me. Don't touch me. Don't. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is an Article 3 Al-Moroccan Moorish American Consular Court action. This is an Article 3 Consular Court action. I am not under the jurisdiction of any United States corporation company. I am not under the jurisdiction this is kidnapping. This is kidnapping. I am not under the jurisdiction of the United States corporation. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Do not touch me. All rise and stand. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. All rise and stand. If you touch me, you're trying to pull off my clothes, all kinds of things.
I don't think anyone's trying to do that, ma'am. Stone Corbell says maybe if you say it 100 more times, it'll do something, right?
Don't touch.
Something Far Cry 3 Voss quote. I like that I just like made fun of a kid from high school or expressed that I didn't like that he just like quoted shit and referenced shit, and that's like 70% of what I do. Staggering hypocrisy on the bingo card. The staggering hypocrisy is coming from inside the house.
Touch me. All rise and stand. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. I said, don't touch me. All right. I said, don't touch me. Stop hitting me.
There's a 0.01 chance of it working, so if you say it enough times, it'll work. That's like saying, like, there's, you know, it's not technically impossible that suddenly my atoms will arrange into a completely different configuration, you know, if I keep snapping my fingers, so why not? And that is how you get a tick of some kind.
Stop it! Stop it! All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity.
Does she know what perpetuity means? I don't know. It's hard to tell what she thinks anything means based on this interaction.
Get off the vehicle! All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is an Al-Moroccan, Moorish American, Article 3, Consular Court action. I am sovereign living justice.
The video comes back in a few minutes. It's covered for some reason. Shiro... I always do this with this one. Shiroi Shirio. Shiroi Shirio. Shiro Shirio. Weeb with 14 months.
Sharon Ann Piet Johnson, in capitis diminutio nolo. Impropria persona sui juris.
MH Darkbeast says, I think y'all get a kick out of this. Oh god. Minute and a half. And Harold Edelman says, hey Hannah, if you Google that phrase she keeps quoting, either whole or part, you get a bunch of fun Moorish content. Here's a gold... Caesar... In order... No. Copy of gold confiscation law template. Oh! They think they're gonna confiscate everyone's gold. Like it's World War. Oh boy.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, how's it going, Constable?
Sergeant.
Constable Sergeant.
Can I see your license, please?
Oh, yeah, me mate Jono filled me in on what to do with this happen.
Oh, 80 Blue with 2,000 bits. Thank you very much. Says, oh gosh. Hilwid Colfindan Decorsidavum. Go on, say it. Happy Pride. Did I do it? Did I do it?
Here you go.
What is this?
That's me license.
Your license?
Yeah, I drove myself. That's me. That's me car.
What's this scribble?
Oh, yeah, it says, I do not prescribe to your concept.
Gray Eon Wannabe. How does that feel? How does that feel? Just I'm imagining trying to have sex with a sovereign citizen, and they keep trying to do the sov-sit stuff, but in regard to, like, sex.
I'm
not coming. My semen is traveling out of my urethra.
What is your name, please? I do not consent. What? That's my name. I for Ian, do was my father's name, not was my mother's maiden name, and consent.
I'm just, yeah, them being like, I do not consent, and you be like, oh, okay. And they're like, wait, what? And you're like, okay. And they're like, oh shit, wait, no, wrong scenario. I do consent. Wrong script.
Stepdad. Tell me your real name, please. I'm the what?
Sov-sits in bed are just brats. I was a sovereign citizen the whole time?
Law. Australian law. I do not identify as Australian. And what do you identify as? Aussie. My partner has just informed me. Oh, your partner. That's nice.
This is a skit.
Long used to been.
Sume says called it.
Together. You're currently unlicensed. Under what jurisdiction? If you don't produce a valid ID, I will arrest you. You can't arrest me. I'm a sovereign citizen. A what? Yeah, it means I was born in Sovereign Hill. You're under arrest. Come on, get out of the vehicle. What vehicle? Come on, open the door. What door? I don't identify as someone with a door. Put the window down. What window? I do not recognise the window. According to my law, I cannot hear you. La 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 la. All right, smashing a window. I know nothing, and I do not acknowledge the existence of any window. Except for maybe that one.
That was good.
In proprio solo and in proprio haeredis. What is your name? What is your nationality? Do you understand that no United States corporation company nor citizen has any...
Sume says, I'm not fondling you, my hand is just traveling up your butt.
Personam jurisdiction, nor subject matter jurisdiction, nor territorial jurisdiction over me, nor any Moorish American national. You have refused to give your names, your badge numbers. What is your delegation of authority? Where is your security bond? That is my right. That is my sovereign right. It is the right of all the living people. And you are by law required to provide it. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. All rise and stand and remain standing into...
I'd be curious if the rule of 3 holds up upon repetition. Like, do things when they become and stop being funny, does it consistently come in 3s? Or is it only the first 3 where the 3 is a pattern? Because you know how some things with repetition, like it's funny at first, how long it's going, and then it stops being funny and you're just like annoyed at how long it's going or how often it's repeated. But then like at some point it kind of hits a crest where the absurdity of how annoyed you are at how long a bit has gone on makes it funny in almost a meta way. Like, does that come in any sort of rule of 3s? Can I get a PhD in comedy? I'd like to study it. I'm not good at it, but I'll study it.
This is an Al-Moroccan, Moorish American Article 3 consular court action. I am Sovereign Living Justice Sharon Ann Piet Johnson in Capitis.
Ooh, a justice.
Diminutio nolo. Impropria persona.
You might even say she's a judge. You're fucked. H-Beard says, I'm going to start entering random places with the authority, and with authority say, all rise and stand and remain standing in perpetuity and see what happens. You'll probably get some weird stares. You'll find out who the bottoms in the room are, because they'll do it. Adia Blue says, petition to make this the new queer chant.
Juris in proprio solo and in proprio haeredis. What is your name? What is your nationality?
Listen.
Do you understand that no United States corporation company nor citizen has personam jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction, nor territorial jurisdiction over me or any sovereign Moorish American national
Yes, I know perpetuity means forever.
on the land.
I think it can also... I guess it kind of... Does perpetuity always mean forever? I was under the impression it meant basically forever or until you're told otherwise. I guess you could just say that, though. Sume says, all rise and stand and remaining in perpetuity. Gotta test it. Adia Blue says, all rise, all stand, etc. Ineffable Effort says, PSA, bottoms isn't the same thing as a submissive. You can be a dominant bottom. You're right. I use them interchangeably, and I shouldn't. It's inaccurate. It's inaccurate. Black's Law Dictionary request. What do you want me to look up?
All rise and stand. Do you understand that you are bound by the organic constitution?
Perpetuity? Okay.
Constitution for the United States and the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Do you understand that you are in violation of international law? Title 18, Criminal Code, United States Code 241, 242. You are violating my inalienable and unalienable rights.
Wow, perpetuity actually isn't in here. This is the pocket edition, of course, so in the full edition, I imagine it is. What's something close? There's perpetual statute, but then you have to look for statute. Perpetuating testimony. The means or procedure for preserving for future use witness testimony that might otherwise be unavailable at trial. It's the closest we could get.
Rights.
Hydrate.
All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is a sovereign living Moorish American, Article 3 Moorish American consular court action. My body is bruised, my hand is bruised, my finger is broken. Violence perpetuated by the 14th Amendment slave, woman.
None of the people here are under the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. You're in Jamaica.
Police something 66 whatever her number is, 6627. I have it on. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. My vehicle is marked. My vehicle is clearly marked with its vessel. My vehicle is clearly marked with its flag and signal. Clearly marked. My vehicle is clearly marked.
There we go.
With my vessel, the flag and the signal. This is the Moorish American national flag of the Americas, the national flags of the empire. I am a Moorish American national, and I am traveling in my conveyance, which is clearly marked with the flag and the signal. And you are to give me a pass. I am not under the jurisdiction of the United States Corporation Company.
No, the black screen wasn't edited in. It was just... camera lens was just at the... not ground. It was like setting on something so it couldn't film anything.
You are a 14th Amendment slave. You are violating my unalienable, inalienable right. You are committing treason. You are committing treason. You're kidnapping. You're assaulting. This is human trafficking. I am not under your jurisdiction.
Why is she in the back seat? She may have moved there at some point. I'm not sure, though. I feel like at some point she was in the front. She was in the front earlier. She must have moved to the back seat, maybe because they were starting to open the front.
I mean, look at this. 17156. As I state, this is something else. My consort was murdered in my arms. Well over. How dare you denationalize?
That lady laughing, look. Oh.
Well over. How dare you denationalize?
Yeah, she did say consort. She said her consort died in her arms. I have never wanted more context to a story in my life. Chromatic Cuttlefish says, Lady, if this were human trafficking, you wouldn't... Oh, I'm not comfortable with that joke. I'm not comfortable with that joke. No. Disavow!
I all rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is an Al-Moroccan, Moorish-American consular court action. I am Sovereign Living Justice Sharon Ann Pierce Johnson, in capitis diminutio nolo, in red ink, in proprio persona sui juris.
I love that this cop isn't even taking her fucking seriously at all. She's laughing at her. It's beautiful. I wish more American cops, like, I wish American cops in general, I've only seen this maybe once, but this lady's just laughing. Just don't take him seriously. This is great. She's not getting mad, she's just laughing. Like, this is a ridiculous situation. Laughter is an appropriate response.
Proprio solo and in proprio heredis. What is your name and nationality? Do you understand that I am no United States corporation, company, nor citizen, has personam jurisdiction over me, nor any Moorish American national? Do you understand that no United States corporation, company, nor citizen has personam jurisdiction?
Thanks, Simon Empty Chair. H. Baird says the cop gets paid either way, so this is just easy duty for her, yeah?
Over nor subject matter jurisdiction, nor territorial jurisdiction over me, nor any Moorish American.
I just want the police to say, you're in Jamaica, lady!
National. You are in violation of international...
Okay, to actually explain where she's coming from with the whole America thing, I'm acting a little obtuse when I am acting like I don't know what's going on. I'm doing so because it's funny. But like most things with crazy people or misinformed people, what she's saying makes sense based on the nonsense she believes. So what she believes, and what many sovereign citizens believe, is that the United States is basically in charge of the world, not only in like a de facto military strength or economic or cultural sense, but in like a literal, the United States is a private corporation and other countries are other corporations that exist under the authority of the United States. Sometimes they also think the Vatican is somewhere in the mix at the top. Just depends on their own personal conspiracy theories. So she is citing American stuff because she is under the misapprehension that Jamaica, like all countries or most countries, are secretly under the authority of the United States. So of course that's not true, but that's her incorrect thought process here. I Might Be the Laughing Man says, I actually hoped the cop would say, no, I overstand. Sume says, this sequel to Cool Runnings isn't very good. I love Cool Runnings. Oh, fuck. I need to get Cool Runnings on Blu-ray. Is Cool Runnings on Blu-ray?
National
I miss John Candy.
law.
I'm pretty sure Wagons East was his last movie. And that's unfortunate.
Right now. You are violating, just to name one or two, Title 18 Criminal Code, United States Code 241. You are depriving me of my rights. Title 18 United States Code 242. All rise and stand and...
80 blue with 100 bits and a link. What the fuck? Cool Runnings is $53. Hold on. I gotta get to the bottom of this. Give me a sec. Can I get this cheap? I am a member, I'll have you know. The very exclusive Disney Movie Club. Hold on. Basically, if you see a Disney movie that's like this, Disney Blu-ray exclusive, Cool Runnings, and it's in this orange-like case. Oh, I'm not showing you. I should show you. This orange case, similar with George of the Jungle there. I have that George of the Jungle. It means it probably started as a release for the Disney Movie Club. There are some titles that you can only get through there. So maybe with my Disney Movie Club account, maybe it's a normal price. I just want to look, and then we'll get back to that video. Disney Movie Club. What was my password for this? I'm gonna juggle while I wait for a code. Cool Runnings is good. Although it's kind of funny that, like, I know this is how, like, sports movies have to work, but in the real story, apparently, the Jamaican bobsled team was treated very well by the rest of the Olympic teams. Like, they weren't treated badly like they were in the movie. Because, believe it or not, a lot of people in the Olympics are nice people. They're not assholes. They all worked their lives to get there, and they're excited to be there with other athletes at the top of their game. Surprise! The assholes are politicians? True! And the actual Olympic Committee are fucking assholes. Who endorse slavery, so that's great. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's so much cheaper on the Disney Movie Club. On Amazon, it's $53. On the Disney Movie Club, Cool Runnings is $12. So, yes. It's a normal price elsewhere. Glad I got to bottom of that thing that only I cared about. Thanks for bearing with me, chat.
Remain standing into perpetuity. This is a sovereign
When did I learn to juggle? When I was like 9?
Moorish American Article 3 Consular Court
Oh!
Act.
Other side note. Someone sent, this is okay to show because it's just the P.O. Box address. This is the first package we got from the P.O. Box. So thanks whoever sent it. I'm not going to open it yet. I think what I'm going to do is kind of let some of them pile up. And then we'll do like an unboxing stream or a stream where we do a bigger unboxing and then do other stuff. So that's cool.
Action. I am sovereign living justice. Sharon.
Thank you, Buttershave, for whatever it is in this package.
And Piet Johnson. In capitis diminutio nolo, in propria persona sui juris. In proprio solo.
And if you want to mail me anything, there's the P.O. Box in the chat, as long as it is safe and legal, and not anything that would be annoying for postal workers.
And in proprio heredis.
Any DVDs or Blu-rays, no matter how stupid they are, I will take them. Or books. Especially weird ones.
My free chosen appellation of nobility is Shasha Anbay.
Do I have Spaceballs on Blu-ray? I actually don't. I don't own Spaceballs. Did I ever find the gavel? I know I saw it. Hold on. Does this kind of count as a gavel? What's my head size? large. I don't know what the biggest head size is. Let's see what's my I have that bowler hat somewhere, and that has a hat size on it, and it's a little too small. Where is it? I don't know where my bowler hat went. That's unfortunate.
In proprio... In capitis diminutio nolo.
Should you send 8 copies of Nuki? If you have any copies of Nuki, I will take them, yes.
In proprio persona sui juris.
Nuki is not on Blu-ray yet.
In proprio solo and...
What's Cinematic Titanic?
In proprio heredis. What
Like the movie Titanic? I own Titanic on 4K.
is your name?
Oh, I know Spaceballs is on Blu-ray. Spaceballs is on 4K, I just don't own it.
What is your nationality? Do you...
The professor wanted it back. Why didn't she take me somewhere? That's bullshit. I feel like... Oh, there it is. She brought it back. Let me see if there's a hat size in here. This is size 61 centimeters, and it's a little tight. That also might just be because it's, like, a little narrow for my head. But, like, 61 centimeters is the size of this hat, and it's tight. It's a little tight. But if you know, it's a hat with, like, rigid frame, rigid sides. I don't know hat terms. So if it was a hat that, like, had a little more flexibility, it probably wouldn't fit fine. Apparently I have a wide-ass head.
Do you understand that no United States corporation, company, nor citizen...
Oh, it's like MST3K. Okay, I've never seen that.
...has personam jurisdiction over me, nor any Moorish American. Do you understand that you are bound by the United States Constitution?
Okay, I'm gonna start skipping. She's just repeating herself and has been.
And in proprio heredis.
Oh, she got out of the car. That's good. Did they pull her out, or did she get out of her own volition? Under duress, presumably, what she would say.
It is treason. I am the sovereign. I am the living. I am not dead. I am not a corpse. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity.
They're standing. They are standing.
Am sovereign living justice Sharon Ann Piet Johnson in capitis diminutio nolo, in red ink, in propria persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredis.
Hannah doesn't own Spaceballs. You know what that makes her? Hold on, I'm gonna use my psychic abilities. The clip is going to be, I'm surrounded by assholes.
Best.
Who made that man a gunner?
I did, sir. He's my cousin.
Who is he?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that. What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
And his cousin?
He's an asshole, too, sir. Gunner's mate, first class, Philip Asshole.
How many assholes we got on this ship, anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I can psychically predict what clip you've sent to me based on context. That's my superpower. It's not a good one, but you gotta work with what you got.
Do you understand that no United States corporation company has jurisdiction over me? Neither personam, territorial, nor subject matter. What is your name? What is your name? What is your nationality? What is your name? What is your name? What is your nationality?
This guy thinks this is hilarious. He's gonna post this to Instagram later and laugh his ass off.
What is your name? What is your name? What is your nationality? You are corpses.
Not yet.
Do you understand you do not have jurisdiction over me or any Moorish American national?
So we are cops.
Excuse
You're
me.
not going in the vehicle,
Excuse
If
me.
you want something, go outside.
Excuse me. This is my...
How long is my head? I I don't know what that means. It's like this long? I don't know.
This is my conveyance. This is my conveyance.
If you're talking about the 68 centimeters thing, I think that's a circumference. Yeah, that's a circumference measurement.
If you want something, go on that side. You are denationalizing me. I am not Miss. I am not Miss. Have I never been Miss? You will.
She wants to go by what she considers to be the appropriate appellation.
Call me by my name. You will call me by my appellation. Do not refer to me as Miss. That is denationalization, and I will lean every one of you. I need your number.
Leaning people without, you know, having the legal reason to do so, which she absolutely does not, is a felony in the United States. Don't know about Jamaica. Don't even know how liens work in Jamaica. Killjoy says everyone else in this video.
You have no power here.
Buzz, I need your name. Do you understand that no United States corporation...
Head dimensions front to back and side to side wants to make you a pyramid hat? Oh. Do I have a measuring tape? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I don't know my head measurements off the top of my head. You'll come measure it? Thank you, wife.
...company nor citizen has personam jurisdiction, territorial jurisdiction, nor subject matter jurisdiction. Do you understand that you are subjects of the Moorish American nationals? Do you understand that you are subjects and your public... My free chosen sovereign appellation of nobility is right. All rise and stand. All rise and stand. And remain standing into perpetuity. All rise and stand. If you touch me, you're trying to pull off my clothes, all kinds of things. Don't touch me. All rise and touch me.
Wow. Well, that's not a great strategy for anything, is it? Hello, wife. Measure my head.
Okay, what measurement is needed?
From my understanding, this way and this way.
Like just across the top of your head?
Across the top and across the length, right? Across and length is my understanding, because it's a pyramid hat, basically, that's being made. Yeah, I'll take off the ears for it.
I'm waiting for proper instructions.
Okay. I don't know how to measure for a pyramid hat either.
Who is the person that is asking?
Who was the person that specifically? I know Rainy... Okay. Through your skull, a direct line from front to back and side to side. Let's do both, just in case.
Okay. Seven and a half inches.
7.5 inches length. 7.5 inches length.
And about 7 width.
And 7 width. So there you go. 7.5 length, 7 width.
I tried.
Thanks, son. Would you do me a favor?
No.
Please?
I just did you a favor.
Could you do me another favor? Thank you. I'm glad you did. I would have had to mute the microphone for a second to say something.
Well,
On January
I might be a laughing man says nothing weird going on here, just measuring skulls. We're a very normal community, just so everyone knows. Alright, let's do the Marcel. Oh, no, I did want to show you this first. The lady that was doing the, thing in Jamaica, like I said, she's part of a cult. Like a Moorish citizen cult, and this is the leader of the cult.
Islam to all. Ego sum like to juribe, in propria persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredis. We are the original indigenous, sovereign, natural, divine, Moorish American nationals who are the Moorish National Republic federal government and the Moorish American Consulate. We are Desidens Spiritum, returned Alive. We are the ministers, creditors, executors, claimants, trustees, beneficiaries, and heirs of our own vast estate. We are our mother, father, and descendants of the great pharaohs of Kemet and of the ancient Moabites and Canaanites. We are in the jurisdiction of our ancestral inherited estate at this time and at all points in time. We have declared peace on our land at all times. We are exercising all of our sovereign rights at this time and at all points in time.
So that's crazy cult lady. A real quick thing, this was one of the weirder things on the Cult Leader channel. It's just like a minute-long video, and it's explaining how you should have people sit at a table, basically.
Welcome to Preparing the Nobility to Reign 101. This short erudition video is to demonstrate the basic manner in which our young empresses and emperors will reign. This proper seating video is to prepare the nobility to approach the international meal table with confidence and grace.
The international meal table.
First, approach the chair from the right-hand side. Pull the chair out. Sit down. Turn to the table. Pull the chair closer to the table according to your desire, and enjoy your meal and your company no matter where they're from. Thank you for supporting the nobility as we prepare them and they prepare themselves to reign. Peace and grand rising to the sovereign, original, indigenous, natural, divine heirs.
Like I said, it's a cult, so it's crazy bullshit like that. And she posts regularly about all sorts of topics, does long live streams. Yeah. So that's fun. Okay, let's do the Marcel thing. Okay, so Marcel of the family Beset. Like I said, if you'd missed the updates, is out of jail. He's posting on Facebook. He has YouTube channels again. He, on Facebook, posted, and I know you guys have heard on videos where he talks before about his affidavit. What does he call it on this? His affidavit of identity is what he's calling it, okay? So he thinks that this quote-unquote affidavit of identity is a legal document that he wrote up, that he is selling people for money, that he believes, if used in the way he has used it here, will make it so the government has no more authority over you. You are then a sovereign being, or whatever he wants to call it. So let's read this document and, point out why that's not true. God damn it. None of the information in here is doxing. He posted this publicly, and, as proof of that, on the document, he literally wrote this document as a matter of public record. Okay? So he posted this to Facebook, and this is a document he wrote, and on it says this document is a matter of public record. None of this is doxing. Okay. None of it has specific location information or anything. It's just, it has to do with a name change thing. But he posted it, so it's fine. Here's what it says. Affidavit of identity. This document is a matter of public record. In the matter of the identity of Marcel of the family Bassett, co-founder of Peacemaker Society, I, Michelle Lynn Maddock of the city of Winnipeg in the province of Manitoba, barrister and solicitor, certify that... Barrister and solicitor Michelle Lynn Maddock. I gotta look this late. This isn't the late. He posted some other woman on his Facebook, and I'm now wondering, was that her? Is this her? No, that's Kellyanne. Who is this person? Why didn't I look this up before? Michelle Lynn Maddock. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Let's do some investigation, chat. Let's play journalist for 5 seconds. Michelle. It's a unique spelling of Michelle, so that bodes well for searches. Michelle, Michele, Lynn, and Maddick, Madick. Okay. Michelle Maddock Law Corporation, lawyer, notary public. I see. Michelle has been practicing exclusively in the area of real estate, wills, and estates since she was called to the bar in Manitoba in 1979. Michelle exceeds in explaining complex legal issues in clear, simple terms that make sense to clients. Buying a house can be one of the most important events in your life. Make it a pleasurable one by dealing with Michelle. When preparing wills, Michelle will get to know you and your family as well as your assets, offering suggestions on how to prepare your will. If you're an executive, blah, blah, blah. You know. I think what's notable here is that she's a lawyer / notary public. And here's the thing. Let me be clear. I don't necessarily think Michelle is in on this. I don't think she knows what the fuck this is. I don't think she intentionally necessarily... I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt here because it looks like she really is a lawyer in Manitoba. And I do not want to slander anyone. And I'm not saying that, like, just for legal reasons. I literally mean that. I do not have the impression from her website that she's one of these crazy sobsit people. What I think is that Marcel hired this woman as a notary because she's also a lawyer. That way he can write on this piece of paper, well, she's a solicitor and she signed this, so it's fine. For those who don't know, notaries, all they do, my mom was a notary. A notary is just someone who is an official witness to signing of a document. They don't look at the document and check if the information is accurate or legal. That's not their job when you're just hiring them to be a notary. Their job is to watch you sign a document and leave their contact information, so if there's ever a legal issue regarding who signed this, did people sign this? Is this signature real? That way the court can contact the notary and they can confirm or deny. A notary has nothing to do with being a lawyer inherently. Like I said, my mom was a notary, okay? She worked at a bank. Okay? So Marcel is doing a bit of a... let's be beneficial here and call it misleading. By choosing a notary public who is also a lawyer, it's clear that he is intending to imply that this document has legal weight and has been verified in some way by a lawyer. I do not believe that's the case. I think he paid her as a notary to watch him sign this, and she stamped it and that's it. It is not her job to look at any of this other bullshit. Her job is to watch you sign a piece of paper. Okay? So he's being incredibly misleading here. Okay, moving on. It makes me want to contact her and ask about it because her contact info is available. because you know she's a notary public. It's kind of her job to be available for questions about documents she signed. I don't want to do that though. That's probably not good. I don't want to be like, "Hi, I'm from the internet. Do you remember a specific weird document you signed? You would remember it. You signed it for a bald white man who acted crazy and probably talked about being sovereign." Anyway. Notarial confirmations is not a legal opinion at all whatsoever. The bar has spoken on it. I believe there was a case like that. It wouldn't surprise me. That's actually true. I might want to shoot her an email just to let her know that he's doing this, maybe if she wants to do anything with that information. Anyway, so that person certify that... Ooh. I met with Marcel of the family Bissett on February 21st, 2012 at Winnipeg, Manitoba, and verified this man's identity by examining the original of this unregistered, unincorporated living man's birth certificate, of which a photocopy is contained in this affidavit. To the best of my knowledge and belief, the birth certificate I have examined is valid and unexpired and was issued on September 19th, 2008 as number 1979-01-2553 by the government of Saskatchewan, and the information contained in the said birth certificate is current, correct, and complete. 3. That on July 11th, 2007, Marcel Riley Bissett changed his name from Mark Zerwell to Marcel Riley Bissett, and I have examined change of name certificate number 2007-6001540, which is issued from the government of Manitoba, and the information contained in said birth certificate is current, correct, and complete. A photocopy of this is contained in the affidavit. 4. That I have today examined Liquor Control Commission card issued from Government of Manitoba issued to Mark Zerwell, and am satisfied that the photograph contained in the Liquor Control Commission examined by me is a true likeness of Marcel Riley Bissett, formerly Marcel Riley Bissett. Marcel Zerwell, a photocopy of this card is contained in this affidavit. This is all just ways that he thinks is saying, basically, that, yep, this is the guy. This is the guy we're talking about. Blah, blah, blah. Driver's license. 6. On April 29, 2009. This is an interesting part. Marcel of the family Bissett signed his Peacemaker Society sovereign member oath and notice of undertaking an intent and claim of right cured as law as per due process on September 3rd, 2009. Said notice of understanding and intent and claim of right affidavit proof of service is reference number, and then there's a number. This was accepted by Stephen Harper's office firstly on July 8th, 2009. So what that's basically saying is... what that is saying is that he made up a bullshit legal document that he sells to people, but he also uses it because he is crazy and believes his own bullshit. In my opinion. He wrote it up and basically wrote a document that in lengthier words probably said, I'm Marcel of the family Bissett, and the government doesn't have any rights to anything I do. You can't tell me what to do, no laws apply to me, you can't tell me what to do. Signed, Marcel of the family Bissett. If you don't respond to this, then I will assume that you agree and that this is legally binding, and then sent it to a public official's office. And for some reason assumes that silence is consent in this matter, when it is not. He clearly sent it to, he gave like a reference number. I assume he sent it via certified mail so he could like confirm that the office received it. Doesn't matter. Your document means nothing, Marcel. Your document is nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. I Might Be a Laughing Man says, what if he's changing his name to Bissett? Then who is the family Bissett? Yeah, I don't get it. H-Beard says, whenever these people list off ridiculous titles, I always think of this.
It's nothing. I'm Princess Angelina Contessa Louisa Francesca Banana Fannibal Vesca
but you can call me Dot.
Just a little thing I do.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Okay. 7, that Mark Zerowell was the former name for the body corporate prior to July 11, 2007. After July 2007, it ceased to exist as Mark Zerowell. After July 11, 2007, the body corporate was then known as Marcel Riley Bassett. That's the unregistered, unincorporated man in his living soul known as Marcel Riley Bassett reclaimed all unalienable rights as of September 3rd, 2009. He holds all his rights as a sovereign rights held by indigenous power. As per the cured claim of rights, the living man Marcel Riley Bassett now operates under the jurisdiction of peacemakers. He's literally just writing a document where it's like, I don't have to do anything you said, and I sent you a letter. I sent you a letter that says, I'm a big boy, and I'm in charge of my own little kingdom, and you can't stop me. He thinks this is how the law works. Oh my. 10, the birth certificate still exists, but Marcel Riley Bassett no longer contracts his private, unalienable rights to be governed under act or statute, but rather as an unregistered, unincorporated flesh and blood man and living soul, which is now bound to Peacemaker Society's sovereign oath as per lawful excuse via claim of right, and is in harmony with corporate law, common law, and natural law. I know Marcel might watch this. Sorry, Anti-Pretzel, I'll read your thing in a sec. Marcel, I know you watch my videos on you sometimes. Listen to me, please, for the love of God. I know, first of all, if you're prescribed meds, take them. I'm not saying this in any derogatory way. I recently got new meds, and they make my life so much easier. I feel so much better. Marcel, you have talked before about your diagnosis. And you should be medicated for that, in my opinion. Please consider taking your meds. Secondly, Marcel, the thing you're doing here doesn't do anything. You can't just unilaterally decide, I'm creating my own society, and I'm writing a letter to the government that I had notarized that says so, and if they don't respond, then that's how it works. That's not how it works. I know that's how you want it to work. I know your entire business is based on that being how it works, but there's a reason your business has, by and large, been unsuccessful. Because none of this is true. You got arrested, Marcel. You were in jail. Obviously, this doesn't work. Otherwise, they never would have arrested you. Anyway. Anti-Pretzel says, that sounds an awful lot like what a guy called Acer Thorne has tried to do with his legal stuff. He's not a sovsit. He's just a vexatious litigant. Yes. Was Acer Thorne the guy that tried to sue Twitch because he came on his computer and it fried it? Marcel is Canadian, yes. Toxaholic, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Acer Thorne sued Twitch because he didn't like that there were women on Twitch that made his pee-pee hard, and he masturbated to someone on Twitch, and he ejaculated onto somewhere on his computer and it damaged it, and he tried to sue Twitch. Leonard French did cover that, yes. Continuing, I'm gonna not show this last page just because it has some contact information, and well, Marcel did post this himself. I'd rather not show it. So I guess you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is accurate. I can provide proof if you would like. I'll even snip it. I don't know why I would ever need this, but I don't know. I'm can you tell I'm like very cautious about any kind of lawsuit from crazy people? You kind of have to if you're like, you know, doing the kind of thing I do for a living. You gotta be overly cautious. Sorry. Anyway, I saved it, so he can't say I lied about what's on it or whatever. Anyway, so this last page, Number 11. Unless expressly stated otherwise by Marcel Riley Bassett in written contract as interaction with Canada Incorporated, he thinks Canada's a private corporation, or equity law may require in certain circumstances from time to time any and all agreements entered into are with all rights reserved as per Uniformed Commercial Code 1308, which references the right to reserve unalienable rights in contract. Here we go again with the contract. Marcel, the fact that you need to obey the laws in your country isn't a contract. You don't need to sign a contract or consent for the laws to apply to you. That's not how any of this works. That's why they're laws and not suggestions. You could represent yourself against these people and still win with ease, yet I wouldn't do that. I would get a lawyer, because I'm not stupid. Oh. Like, court's hard, guys. Court is hard. Even if your opponent is stupid, the system itself is really hard to navigate. And you can lose just because you file something wrong, even if you're in the right. That's why you get a lawyer, on top of all the, you know, just general law knowledge stuff. They know how the courts work and how to file things and when to do them. That is paramount when dealing with the courts. Anyway, 12, adverse possession is defined as enjoyment of real property under claim of right. Your name is not real property of any sort, Marcel, in the sense you are implying. 13, this photograph resembles Marcel Riley Bassett as a true likeness, and I have attached a copy of the receipt from Don's photo indicating that said photograph was taken on yesterday's date, February 21st, 2012, as a passport photo. So, he went to a photography place and got a photo, and it's in this document. 14, as accompanying thumbprint is attached in the presence and is the thumbprint of Marcel Riley Bassett, signed by me at Winnipeg, Manitoba. What does errors and omissions accepted mean? Hold on. Errors and omissions. Omissions accepted. Errors and omissions accepted is a phrase used in an attempt to reduce legal liability for potential incorrect or incomplete information supplied in a contractually related document such as quotation or specification. It is often applied as a disclaimer in situations in which the informant to which it is applied is relatively fast-moving. In legal terms, it seeks to make a statement that information cannot be relied upon or may have changed by the time of use. It is regularly used in accounting to excuse slight mistakes or oversights. It is also used when a large amount of information is listed against a product to state that, to the best of the supplier's knowledge, the information is correct, but that they will not be held responsible if an error has been committed. So basically, the notary signed it, but also put on there, I'm not responsible for any of this bullshit. This is bullshit. I'm not responsible for this fucking nonsense. I'm just here to sign this fucking thing. Vortigaunt, thanks for 18 months, says, baby name, please. This baby's name is, Warburton Von Trapp. Warburton Von Trapp. So that's Marcel's bullshit document. One of the things that's foundational to his belief that he is sovereign is just a nonsense thing he cooked up in Microsoft Word and had signed by a notary, who even the notary wrote on the thing, hey, I'm not responsible for this shit. Good job. Good job, Marcel. Yeah, just tell me who you want rated. That's one we just did with the Jamaica. Oh, this is a weird one. Tea Time Tea, thanks for 9 months, says, oh shit, just hit 9 months subbed overall. Woo, this sub baby's name is going to be Rhonda Porcelli. Rhonda Porcelli. What are the yellow Blu-rays on my lower shelf? These are, Kino Lorber has a whole... Kino Lorber, whose business primarily focuses on restoring and archiving, you know, what's the word I'm thinking of? Restoring and preserving old classic films and other obscure stuff from, like, 1960s and earlier. They go outside of that, but for the most part, that's, like, I would say their mission statement. So this is a series they have called, Something Weird or something. What is the series called? Something Weird. And it's basically a series of exploitation films from the 30s through the 60s. Most of them are in the 40s and 50s range. They're really interesting. Some of them are things like Reefer Madness, you know, crazy exploitation-laden education films. They're really interesting, and I like them. So, that's what those are. Watch party stream? Some of them maybe. Those particular restorations, I'm pretty sure, are owned by Kino Lorber, but other unrestored versions that are maybe shittier might fall into the public domain, some of them. Reefer Madness is in the public domain, and we've watched that. So.
Islam. It's me, Luna Latoya Bay. I'm in Morocco, the Maigade Medicash Hellas.
National Consulate enforcing treaties.
These are a couple of Moorish citizens at the mall? Why are they at the mall?
They're down here right now.
Absolutely.
And then they can enforce the treaties and
I was going to say like that.
And they can get the cash.
No, that's not a real FBI warning. They actually shouldn't do this. This was a mistake that I made initially on TBR. It's not like a big deal. I don't think you're going to get in trouble with it. But like, we did a similar fair use warning like that. You shouldn't be using, like, the FBI logo when it's not applicable. I understand the reason. They're trying to similarly... They're making it look like the thing that used to be in the front of VHS tapes. I understand. I did that, too. But you don't want to do that. Make your own logo. I ended up changing the beginning so it covered up the FBI logo with a TBR logo or something similar. I don't remember the exact. But you can have a fair use warning. That's all well and good. Just don't use the FBI logo or any federal government logo. Probably not going to be a big deal. I don't think anyone's going to report you, but don't give people ammunition to go after you. Just as a general strategy online, the less things you can have people you're covering complain about, the better.
And they can get the treaties.
It's like John Doyle. Let me give you an example. John Doyle, neo-Nazi piece of shit. He left himself vulnerable in a very real way. He tried to do trademark infringement on Disney by stealing the image of Gaston and using it for his merchandise. Now, do I really give a shit if someone's making money off bootleg Disney merchandise? Fuck no, of course I don't. But I saw an opportunity to hurt a neo-Nazi and his followers, so I weaponized Disney against him, sent a letter to Disney's legal department, and got his merch store shut down. So, like, you don't want to give people an opportunity to hurt you, because if they can, they will. In my case, I'm morally okay with that, though, because he's a neo-Nazi, so fuck him. H-Baird says, misusing logos is one of the things the fake electors from 2020 are in trouble for. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Don't impersonate federal agencies. They don't like it.
Absolutely. And right now, this is Aladdin Morag Bay, Moorish American National. Direct lawful heir to our vast estate. Hey, bro. He was trying to highlight you real quick. Absolutely. And I'm Luna Latoya Bay. This is Aladdin Morag Bay. And we are under threat, duress, and coercion, and fearful for our life. And
I'm so curious. What is even, like, the instigating incident here? Like, what is happening? Why are they freaking out at the mall? Oh, yeah, this was the video. For some reason, they thought that there was an assassination attempt on their life at the mall?
Right now, we are currently at Dayton Mall.
And it's like both of them. If it was just one of them, I'd say it was like garden variety mental illness causing delusion or something. But, like, it's two of them? And, yeah, people can share, like, if they have, I don't know, a little more complicated than your typical just, like, potential schizophrenia thing. This is a collective delusion they're sharing, which is interesting. They're feeding each other's bullshit, basically, yeah. They're amplifying each other.
This is all going on right now.
And we are under threat, duress, and coercion, and there might be a attempted assassination going on at the Dayton Mall.
This just makes me really sad.
At the Dayton Mall.
I wonder what the world would look like if we had much easier access to mental health care and better understanding about it.
There. Okay, well, my shoe. Absolutely. Oh.
The ego of believing people are out to assassinate you. Delusions of persecution are a thing with a lot of mental, like, delusions can veer towards paranoid very easily, and it's not a personality defect, it's just brains veer towards paranoia when they break sometimes. It's really sad. P-Meal says, thanks again for alerting Disney, by the way. You know. I think that's the one good like, I don't think the thing I'm doing now is bad, you know, I like what I do, but, like, in terms of, like, good things I've done in my life, that's a good one. That's, like, one of the best things I've ever done, is taking away a source of income from John Doyle. You can tell he's salty about it, too. It's so good. And especially, like, the fact that I'm a leftist trans woman that he has nothing but disdain for. Like, he hates me and thinks I'm disgusting and deserve the wall, you know? And I absolutely just shit on him. I love it. That makes it so much better.
Consular jurisdiction for some treaties.
Constitutions. We are
being
feeling
our proper person. We already know the energies right now.
And we have a chance of being assassination.
Okay. I don't want to be sad about these people having a mental breakdown.
It's King County Fair Enforcement. They're not going to see my Orca card because I've already scanned it.
His merch store updated and it says it'll come back in fall instead of summer of last year. Yeah, he kept pushing it back. I wonder what literally happened. To be clear, I'm under the assumption that the store went down because of me. Because, you know, Disney, and he was doing the most blatant case of trademark infringement I've ever seen in my life and bragging about it, you know? And he's a neo-Nazi. I want to know, did he get a letter? Did he get an email? Did he get some sort of, like, DMCA notice? What did he get? What happened? Or did he just get scared? Like, did he just hear about the fact that I sent a letter and he pulled it down preemptively? But then why would it be down so long? It's been years. I don't know.
The bus. So these guys are on the news consistently.
Maybe it's completely unrelated. It very well could be.
And they always get refused. They can call the cops. They can do whatever they want. However, they're not going to be able to scan my card on this machine. I will gladly, though, scan it when I just came in the bus. I'll scan it again if that's what they want. But the machine in question is unconstitutional. The device, I scanned my card inside the bus when I just stepped on the bus just now. However, the machine right here is unconstitutional. You will be denied. You can call the cops. You can.
What machine? I don't understand. I've never ridden a bus other than a school bus. I've never ridden a public bus in my entire life. What device is he talking about? I don't Are they scanning something? The ticket scanning machine. Why does he think the ticket scanning machine is somehow... How does he think that's unconstitutional?
Call whoever you want to call because I know my rights under the United States Constitution. I did not agree.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this a train? I can't tell if this is a train or a bus. Whatever it is.
To be tracked. You are being recorded. You are.
Looks smooth enough that it's probably a train. That's a train. I can see the handrail. It's a train.
You guys were just on the news for giving people illegal tickets, and I'm gonna see you in federal court.
What the fuck? This is psychotic. She just wants to scan your fucking ticket, sir.
Ha ha. This is what you guys get.
Like, have you never seen any piece of media on a train? You know, people taking tickets is like a trope. Tickets, please.
I will show you the Orca card, but you...
Next stop, Willoughby. Next stop, Willoughby.
Won't be able to ever scan my card, you pathetic pieces of crap.
Oh wait, is it a bus? Someone saw a pull cord. Maybe it is a bus.
That's what you are. You're not gonna scan my card. I'm definitely refusing to...
It's a bus.
Scan my card on this machine. You see the Orca...
Okay, so he has a bus pass, but he doesn't want them to scan his bus pass? That's literally the point of a bus pass, right?
Card, you guys are being sued in federal court. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not gonna see it. I'm not. No, you're gonna call the cops. That's what you're gonna do. I know my rights under the United States Constitution. However, it has a lot to do.
Can we say expired? Oh! You think it's expired?
With the Constitution, because that machine...
Do bus passes probably expire, right? So maybe he just doesn't want it scanned because he it's not valid? Okay.
Her hand is a...
I'm sorry. I grew up in a place in the United States where public transit wasn't a thing. And then by the time I moved here, where there is public transit, I have a car. So I never had to deal with buses.
Tracker. I did not ever in this lifetime agree to be tracked.
He says he scanned it when they got on the bus. Well, I don't know what his deal is then. He's just being weird.
That's what the problem is. Period. Period. You fucking idiots. That's what you are.
Orca cards have pre-filled amounts of money on them. It's near where I live. Okay.
Now call the cops on that one. You guys have done it 4 times already. You done.
The cops have been called on you 4 times for this? Have you considered saving everyone time and just letting them scan your bus pass?
Done it 4 times already. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rescan the card on the machine that I boarded the bus on. You're a fucking idiot. Call who you want to call. This is lawsuit time. This is what time it is.
That was the ugliest laugh.
Idiot. Call who you want to call. This is lawsuit time.
It's lawsuit time.
This is what time it is. You guys were just on the news for giving people illegal tickets. You racist pieces of shit. Now do what you gotta do. Ha ha. Take it how you want to take it. Ever threaten me with the cops, I'll sit here and wait. Now, in the meantime, I will go back up there.
Have I not been to Europe yet? I doubt I'll be in Europe ever in my life. What are you talking about? You think I'm rich? You think I get to go to Europe? I've never even been to Canada. Stone Corbell says, why does he think the handheld device is any different from the device he scanned at the entrance to the bus? I don't understand. I don't either.
And rescan the card. I paid originally. The driver can back that up. He can back that up. He was here when I boarded the bus just now. Go ask the driver. That's what you should have did the first time. Well, you're not going to scan my card on that tracker. Point blank, period. Do what you got to do. I'm the lawyer, not you. Fuck off. Well, we can go back up there and rescan the card, and it's gonna. You don't want to rescan the card? It actually verifies it on that machine. It's gonna say pass back. Yes, it does. And we got cameras on this bus. You've been being recorded for 3 minutes now. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Fuck you. Fuck you. Take it how you want to take it. Fuck you.
Take it how you want to take it. That's my motto.
Tell these guys to stop harassing me. I'm gonna stop cursing, but you guys consistently harass me with a monthly bus pass that's paid for. I'm sick of you guys harassing me. Take it how you want to take it.
I Might Be the Laughing Man says, oh, tracker. How many CCTV cameras does he think he got caught on that day?
Idiot! Now tell King County that.
I've been to the UP, yes.
Now you're still being recorded. Now this is about the fucking Constitution. You're not above the Constitution. It's about the Constitution. You guys think that you're special? You're not special. See you in federal court.
Why do they always assume it's going to be federal court? It's so weird. How is this a federal issue? You're on a bus in a state that's not going over state lines. This has nothing to... What are you even talking about? I don't even understand. Is this a public bus? I don't know. If I had to guess, it could be a contractor that the city pays. So it might be like a private bus service that's contracted with the city. So, like, the customers are still paying, you know, the company, but maybe the state or city subsidizes the service or something. I don't know.
And you're not getting ID. You might as well give it up. I'd rather go to jail, idiot. And that's not going to
okay, great. That's an option.
Happen because I can prove that I paid. They're not getting ID. You're not either. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not giving you anything. I've already paid. You want to see that I paid again? Okay, let's go up there and see if I really paid. Now, your buses have video. The driver knows I paid. I got a monthly bus pass. You can call who you want to call. Get out my way. You can see that I paid again. Pass again. I just boarded the bus. And it said pass when I boarded the bus. There's cameras everywhere. No, I'm recording you.
Sir, like, this really wouldn't have been a big issue. You could have just done it back there. Like, honestly, they were doing him a favor by coming back there with a hand scan device for whatever reason. They weren't sure that, like, his thing scanned properly. I don't know. I don't know the reason. So instead of being like, hey, could you come back up here and scan that? They came back there to him while he was sitting with the thing and said, hey, could we scan that? And he's like, no! I'm gonna walk to the front of the bus and bitch about it!
I'm recording you, idiot. No one's spitting on you. I'm recording you. You don't want to be recorded, tough shit. Everybody's being recorded.
I just don't understand. In public, I try and be polite and conscious of where I am around other people and not to be an imposition to anyone and not bring too much attention to myself when possible. And there's people out here just, like, fucking yelling on public transit like they're the main character of the anime that is Planet Earth.
Out the way. You guys have some fucking nerve. It said pass again. That's twice that the pass says pass. You're never going to get my ID, ever. You're never going to...
At this point, it might just be an issue of, like, we're going to... If this is a private company, maybe make it so you're not allowed anymore. Or maybe something. Because, like, you're causing, like, a scene. And that's a whole separate issue from the pass.
Like, be able to scan my card on that machine. The problem is the handheld machine. I've already paid. We just seen that I paid it.
You're actually required to present ID for a named ticket if the suspect is here in Poland, Warsaw. I don't think they are.
It's been recorded.
But it's possible that they want to verify that it's his pass. I don't know.
For 6 minutes. I don't have to answer your questions. Go jump off a bridge. Go jump off a bridge. Nobody has...
What the fuck? This guy's so aggressive.
Time for your theatrics. You guys are just on the news. There's nothing gonna happen. Get real. Even if I do go to jail, I'll be out the same day.
Most people would find that a big enough inconvenience that they'd not want that to happen. Like, I understand if it was for some, like, grave injustice. This isn't that, though. Just show them your ID. God damn.
Well, that's your problem. That's not my problem. That's your problem now, buddy. Don't lie to the cops when they get here, because this has been recording for 7 minutes now. It shows that I paid twice. It shows that I
It also shows you acting like a lunatic.
paid twice. Monthly bus pass, and I got receipts for my monthly bus pass. You want to see the receipt? I got a monthly bus pass. Would you like to see the receipt? Oh, so you're declining to see the monthly bus pass receipt. Too bad for you. Well, you already seen that I actually paid twice. I got proof of payment. I got a receipt for my monthly bus pass. Would you like to see that? No, you just want to violate people's constitutional rights and track them. You're not going to be able to track me. Sorry, I didn't agree to that.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
And by the way, I'll just board the next
Well, I'm
person.
having a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
The same problem. I don't give in to terrorism. That's what you guys are. Domestic terrorists. Good luck with this one. What a bunch of idiots. You didn't think this was going to happen this morning now, did ya?
Probably not. At least they hoped this wasn't gonna happen today.
We'll wait. Domestic terrorism. Good luck.
He's getting taken off the bus right now.
Oh, it's my buddy. What's up, guy? Oh, what's going on?
Let's go.
So, once again, this needs to be handled. These guys
That kind of seems like he's met that particular policeman before.
are consistently lying, saying that, oh,
Or bus security, whatever he is.
You didn't
I didn't see if he was an actual cop or just private security. I didn't see.
pay your bus fare. I paid
Oh, that's a cop. Yeah.
twice. And these guys are never getting my ID. I'm the lawyer. He knows who I am. If I paid twice, I have a receipt for my... No.
I don't understand why he thinks he's paid twice. Scanning it... If it's a monthly bus pass, then it's just you paid for that month, right? So you could scan it 1,000,000 times, and it would still work, right? Like, I don't understand why he thinks he's being charged again for scanning it again if it's a monthly or yearly subscription.
No, I have a receipt for my monthly bus pass. I have a receipt. You called the cops again? For what reason? He's not...
I can't tell if it's just an unhinged thing or if genuinely, like, he's sharing this bus pass with a bunch of different people and it's not under his name, so he doesn't want to get caught.
Gonna do nothing? This cop right here isn't gonna do anything. You called the cops for what reason? I'm gonna show him receipts and everything. You called the cops for what? You idiot?
Oh, this guy looks like he's just done. He's so fucking done with his stupid fucking job. All around me are familiar. Hold on. I gotta get the right thing. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out. Oh. That's a relatable look. Okay, let's scooch this. Whoop, just gonna scooch right past you there. Harold Elbowman with 50 bits says, my great aunts once had a situation kind of like this, but the ticket taker was actually clearly in the wrong. He used racism on her, but went too far with it, and so she pulled the Uno reverse card of, yeah, you're white, but I am a lady. And long story short, his ass got fired. Social engineering when you're in the underdog position is important, is what I'm saying, and this guy is doing it as wrong as can be done.
Him receipts and everything. You called the cops for what? You idiot.
No. Come on, we're take the high road. Sorry about that, bro. All right, good day.
Man, these guys, I'm sick of these fucking idiots. You're not sick. I got a receipt and I have the monthly pass. They wanted to scan my card on this machine. I told them that the machine is unconstitutional. So what I did is I rescanned the card on the machine that I came in on.
Why does he think it's
They know that I paid.
Is it an Orca card?
It's an Orca. It's an Orca card. It's a monthly Orca card that has fare on it. Okay? Now their whole gripe is unconstitutional because they have a machine that they carry around that tracks people.
What in the fuck?
Is it? So it's gonna just the Orca card. The machine just says.
No, the machine tracks for. No, he's lying. The machine actually tracks for up to 90 days where you board the bus at and where you get off the bus at. No, that's your actual machine. Dude, I've actually seen the technology in your machine.
Okay, so he's paranoid. He's paranoid they're literally tracking him as if anyone gives a shit where this guy's going all day.
Are you saying that I'm lying?
He said while holding a phone. True.
No, I'm not lying. I actually know people that work for Metro for the train. They actually let me see the actual machine and what it does. That's what the problem. No, your handheld machine. Fair enforcement. No, the handheld machine has technology. There's like there's 3 different variations of it. Your software is illegal. You're not.
It's possible that they track, like, I don't know if it's attached to your identity necessarily, but it wouldn't surprise me if sometimes they track individual, like, serial numbers on bus passes in order to, like, look at bus routes and which ones are most used, which ones people are using in conjunction with each other to make adjustments to, like, bus schedules and stuff, maybe. But, like, I do not think they give even a little bit of a shit where you're going on their buses outside of just, again, trying to make their business profitable, because this seems like a private business. They're not the government.
Not getting my ID. You're never getting my ID. You already seen the Orca card. Yes, you did. You're lying. You're not going to tap my card on that machine. You saw the Orca card. So how about this? Because this is going on YouTube. I already scanned my card twice. You're not going to scan my card on that machine. You're not going to get my card on that machine. I don't care who you call. I don't care who you call. Yeah, because you're a fucking idiot. Here's the Orca card right here. Here's the Orca card right here. And here's my monthly receipts for the Orca card. I actually have receipts that says it's a monthly bus pass. You're an idiot, dude. Here's the actual receipts that say that I actually paid for a whole month. You're never going to get my information. You're never going to get my information. You're never going to get my information.
Okay, sir, we're banning you from the bus.
I plead the 5th. I never gave...
Sir, we work for the bus company.
You ID. I never gave you ID. So how do you...
I'm sorry, is fair enforcement actually done by police? Because it does look like she has a little badge. But it says fair enforcement? Is that badge just saying, like, she has authority to what? I don't know. I Might Be the Laughing Man says, public transport is one of those professions I have the most respect for, and I can't stand seeing them treated like this.
How do you know that's my name? How do you know that's my name? If that's my name, I never gave you ID. On the video, you just asked the cop for ID. I never gave you ID, so how do you...
Transport police, so she is a cop. Okay.
...have my information? How do you have this information if I never gave you ID? So you...
You probably used it when you signed up for the pass.
You've admitted that you targeted me out, and I never gave you ID. How do you know my name? How do you know my name?
Again, it's probably on the bus pass.
How do you know my name? How do you know my name? You guys have tried to give me legal tickets, so I'm going to show the monthly bus pass. So you don't need the...
Also, you mentioned that you had been arrested multiple times, and it seemed like you had already met one of the cops before, so that cop might recognize you from the last time.
A monthly bus pass, so you're giving me an illegal ticket, right? You're giving this person that you call Kyle Canty an illegal ticket, right? I never answered the question. Are you giving this person a legal ticket? Yes or no? How do you know that that's my name if I've never given you ID? I've never given you ID ever. I've never given you ID ever. How do you know that's me? Don't block your face now, because you're coming to court. You're coming to court. We already got you on video. So you're illegally tying ID. No, you could have walked. You caused this on yourself. Fuck you. Fuck you. Do something about it. You decided to call the cops. Oh, so you're gonna illegally send me a ticket, right? You guys are illegally sending me tickets.
No. It's a legal ticket.
You guys are illegally sending me tickets. You're illegally sending me tickets, right? You claim that my name is Mr. Canty, and you're illegal sending me tickets, right?
I will go back to
Once again, I already know who Tom Randall is. You're already going to get hit with a lawsuit. So now you're admitting on video to send me an illegal ticket that the person that you believe is Mr. Canty, you're going to send them an illegal ticket. You're going to send them an illegal ticket. No, I'm just going out. I was going downtown, man. Downtown. I don't want to get in a cop car if I'm not really under arrest. But these guys... Exactly, I'm not under arrest, correct?
And I
just offered to give him a ride.
I'll give you a lift. Absolutely.
So he's trying to be nice.
These guys are consistently giving me illegal tickets. Okay, so now at this point, we need to go down to Bellevue Transit Police Station. We need to go down to the police station and report this.
Transit?
No. Not the transit.
County Metro Police.
No, because you just witnessed a crime. They actually lied and said that I didn't pay bus fare when you're looking at multiple receipts for each month for the past 3 months.
I don't think it's necessarily that you didn't pay. I think it's that when they asked you to rescan it, you refused and made a scene.
There's a monthly bus pass. So these guys are consistently lying, and then I never show them ID, but they're saying that I'm this person when they never verified it via ID. So we just witnessed this, and this is what these guys do, and they think it's funny. They think that this is funny. This is not funny.
I don't think they think
this is not funny, knowing that I have a monthly bus pass. Knowing that I have a monthly bus pass. Knowing that I paid my fare. This is bullshit. Actually, we can wait on the next bus so they can keep on going through the same thing. We want to put these guys through the same thing. Because I have...
Let's not do that.
a monthly bus
I feel that.
pass, and they're refusing me the right to ride the bus, even though I have a monthly bus pass and I pay for it. And they're illegally getting ID. I don't understand this shit. How do these guys...
Like, does he just genuinely not remember that when he signed up for the bus pass, he had to give them his name? Like, does he not remember that? Did he think... I'm just confused.
Right, bogus tickets.
everybody's got a database.
How do... But I never given them ID. They can't verify that that's really me. They can't verify that this is really me. I know, but this is the way it has to be. Until something is done with these guys. This is ridiculous. A fair issue that's not a fair issue because I have receipt that I have a monthly bus pass. They're mad because I won't let them scan the card. We're good, but it's just the whole point that they call you guys waste taxpayer dollars. For what reason?
I don't want to waste your time.
I was just going to grab my cup of coffee. I just started.
Your time is valuable as well.
But why? But why can't somebody do something about these bogus guys writing bogus tickets for people that actually paid a monthly bus pass fare? They're not disputing whether I have a monthly bus pass. Their problem is their handheld device is a tracker. It's unconstitutional.
It's not.
And that's what my issue is.
At least not in the way you're
actually tracks
thinking.
You for the past 90 days at least. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it. It tracks when you board the bus, when you got off the bus.
What do these guys want?
These guys don't want anything. That's my point.
So what are we waiting?
They just said, listen, they just said that they wrote me an illegal ticket, but I never given them ID. They're trying to ask me, is my name such and such? I never answered yes or no. I'm saying...
You literally said, how did you know my name? How did you know my name? Which is a confirmation that they knew your name.
how do you have this person's information if this person's never shown you an ID?
Get on this bus.
Yeah, but they're going to get on this bus. So
Because if it wasn't your name, you'd say, that's not my name, not, how did you know my name?
You're gonna
tap it. I'm gonna tap it. Correct, and you're gonna see it.
Okay, we're gold.
Yep.
We're gold.
And the people online is saying that I don't pay my fare, but I have receipts that I pay my fare.
Wait, what's gonna say? Who's gonna say?
They always lie and say that, oh, he didn't pay fare. Let's go verify. Let's go verify. We're gonna go verify whether I'm really paying my bus fare. Going on the next did this morning. Okay. That's all right. They're gonna get sued in federal court.
He just got on another bus. Ugh. This guy's gonna get thrown in jail for disorderly at some point. I hope he gets help. I don't think he will, because, you know, America. But what are you gonna do? Alright, who are we raiding? Meatball Spaghetti. Didn't you have someone you wanted me to raid? Who did you want me to raid? Or was that someone else? Love you too, Mr. Blast. Just waiting to see. Okay, who was it? Thank you. Let's do a raid. Alright, have a good night, everyone. See you guys tomorrow. That's an interesting chat. Alright. Have a good night, everyone. See you guys tomorrow for something. Don't know what. Oh, we're going to do a patron-only live stream tomorrow. Patron-only live stream. Join the Patreon if you would like to be a part of it. And we'll do a normal stream too. So I'll see you guys for both. See you guys later. Have a good night.